You're tuning in to the WCB Pod, episode 707 with Cartel Custom Calls. Thank you for tuning in. And this was a fun episode. Obviously, the boys came in. We did a double podcast night, so we were having a little more fun than normal with the beverages on this one, probably, I think. But we're having a good time anyway. So hope you enjoy this one. The Cartel guys are the best. So check them out. Support them. Code WCB works and everything. Cartel Calls, link in the episode description. Thank you guys if you came out and saw us at a trade show. The next things coming down the line are WCB shoot at Galesburg Archery Club. Info's on our website, WORKINGCLASS is Saturday, June 21st, and then we'll be having the after party at Jiggs's Tavern in Alexis, Illinois. So coming out to that, it's $20 to register, and you know that helps out with getting targets replaced and stuff like that for the club and everything else. So other than that, Jurassic will be there in Ohio in August, and Illinois Deer and Beer Fest. Those are the next shows on the roster. Other than that, we're going to be just doing summertime stuff. So the podcast is presented by Grizzly Coolers. Grizzly right now has the We the People collection, which is pretty cool. GrizzlyCoolers.com. And of course, code WCB works at everything Grizzly, blinds, and all the stuff. So you can check out their 450 cold plunge style, cold water in a cooler. Who would have thought? Good stuff. They're killing it. They got the water trough. They got all the drinkware, everything you need at Grizzly, code WCB. Also, excuse me, I'm finally getting sick after shows, so I'm worried what the next couple weeks of episodes are going to be like. Big Tine is a partner of WCB. I'm thinking Clover. I'm thinking Borderline for springtime. Huntworth, I'm rocking Vertec, getting that ready to rock. Leupold Optics. They got some new, the SX4 Pro Guide Gen 2 spotting scopes out. Get on their website, read all about it, watch the videos on it. If you're in the market for a new spotting scope for your Western Ventures or Velvet Scouting, I hope Leupold is the choice you make for that. But if not, that's all right too. Obviously, we're going to want you to support the people that support us. Trophyline for your saddle hunting and mobile hunting needs. And Hoyt Archery is a WCB bow of choice. We were just at F6 Outdoors in Montrose, Iowa on Monday, and they set up all our stuff. I am rocking the Carbon RX9 Ultra, and the rest of the guys have a mix of everything. Eric's rocking the Carbon RX9. Some of the guys are rocking the AX2. So a lot of awesome options from Hoyt. You can do custom bow orders, all that stuff. Where you can kind of like choose your color scheme with limbs and riser and string. And you can use code WCB at Hoyt.com. And that works on all Hoyt merch, soft goods, and stuff like that. Doesn't work on bows because they want you to support your local dealer, like F6. So, yeah, that's good stuff. Check out Hoyt. Shout out to them for giving us a chance. Novix Treestands, the Hybrid, the Hilo, the Echo, the Raider series are our choice for tree stand hunting. We love that. And check them out. Made here, made in USA, code WCB at Novix. Camo Fire and Black Ovis. The Arrow ID is something I want to talk about from Black Ovis, and we're probably going to talk a lot more in detail on and put some social stuff up. You can go and build custom arrows right through Black Ovis and have them shipped to your door, and it's fast and easy. Eric and I just got an order in. Jordan just put an order in, so he has them before he goes to Kansas turkey hunting. But you can do custom wraps and fletching colors and everything you'd want to build an arrow. If you're short on time, you can do that and have it shipped to your door, ready to rock out of the box on your hunt. So if you already have a pre-existing setup of arrows, you can just type in what it is and get them shipped to you, and you're ready to hunt with them. So pretty cool. The Arrow ID setup, code WCB works and everything Black Ovis. So check that out if you're in need for some arrows. Dialed Archery, the Proof. Got those set up on the Hoyts. The Blackgate R4Gs, kind of fun starting to get some strut and turkey pictures on the Blackgates. Aluma Trailers will actually be here tomorrow. Come in, they're dropping off a trailer, going to do a podcast. And man, if you are a farm guy or a side-by-side guy or a hunt guy, obviously, Aluma really takes a lot of headache out of toting around a trailer with just some of the little creature comforts they have. But Aluma KLM, all aluminum welded construction, made in the USA, made in Iowa. So that's pretty easy to support for us. Old Barn Taxidermy, there in Fort Madison. DeerCast for your mapping choices. Now AAE, the WCB fletchings are coming, and WCB wraps are still coming. We're going to try and get them on within today or tomorrow on the website. We'll see what we can do. Evolution Outdoors for the broadheads. We're going to use the turkey wrecker, and you can use code WCB, get yourself some turkey wrecker broadheads. I suggest if you're going to bow hunt birds, check out that head before you do anything else. Just give it a look. I think it'll win you over in what it's got to offer for killing turkeys. So, and I'm hoping we find out here in the next couple weeks. What else? Rat Cub, code WCB. Get yourselves into some antler mounting options. Mountain Ops, code WCB. And that's all my sick body feels like promoting right now. Hope you enjoy this episode with Cartel. I personally didn't get as much turkey talk stuff done as I wanted to do, but just means we'll have to have these guys in more often. And yeah, I don't know what else. I'm forgetting something, but we appreciate you guys supporting us, and we hope you enjoy it. So good luck out there when turkey season kicks off. See you next week.
Hey everybody, this is Mark Drury with Drury Outdoors.
Hey all you deer hunters, this is Jimmy John.
This is Jared Mills.
Hey everybody, this is Caitlin Moss.
Hey guys, this is Jared Scheffler from Whitetail Adrenaline.
What's up guys, Josh Sparks from Midwest Whitetail.
Hey, this is Nick Mutt from Bone Collector.
This is Chancey Walters.
Working Class Bow Hunter. Working Class Bow Hunter. Working Class Bow Hunter Podcast.
Working Class Bow Hunter Podcast.
WCB.
Working Class Bow Hunter. Working Class Bow Hunter. You're listening to the Working Class Bow Hunter. That's right, this is the podcast for Billy Joe Lunchbucket, the working man, just like me and you. My name's Travis T-Bone Turner from the Bone Collector. Thank you for tuning in.
Most people on that pod, those hosts are a little unhinged.
Working Class. Working Class.
Working Class Bow Hunter.
You're listening to my buddies on Working Class Bow Hunter.
Best motherfucking podcast on the planet.
Episode 707 of the WCB Podcast. Kurt Geyer speaking right now.
Eric Hammond. Jordan Jepson.
Where's Doug? Did you kill him?
No, he left.
What the hell happened?
He doesn't like turkeys. You scared him. You scared him off, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. Eric doesn't like turkeys. This is kind of like reverse roles. Mr. Can we say your name when you have the mask on, or is it like, do we not acknowledge who you really are?
I don't know.
Mr. Tyler Brain's in here behind the mask.
What's up, boys?
Going down the line.
What's up, Trent Snyder?
What's up, Garrett Ayers?
First time you've been on the podcast, Garrett.
First time I've ever been on a podcast.
Ever. We're just snatching pod virginities left and right lately. Shout out to Tony. Thanks for being here, man.
Thanks for having me.
We met at the NWTF show a few weeks ago. Good times all around. Good to see you boys again. You guys are our favorite turkey killing motherfuckers. Would be the accurate way to describe you guys, with all love. This is your third run as Cartel Calls on the podcast. By far, we're just a fan of you motherfuckers, for the record, okay? And since last time, I have your logo tattooed on my leg. I'm starting with that selfishly.
So pimp.
That's how much we love you guys and how much we believe in your guys' brand and what you do. Like, we've been fans since, well, before you've been on the podcast, but obviously third time around, we like you guys. So thanks for coming back. Thanks for showing us mutual love and support. And you guys are our people, man. We love you guys. So good to have you guys in here.
Yeah, thanks for having us, man.
Thanks for having us.
Glad to be back.
Fuck, we learned so much about killing turkeys from you guys, especially last year, Turkey Palooza. One of my turkey goals was to kill a turkey with the Cartel crew, and we did that last spring.
We had a run for it, but we got there.
All right, we need to. I think we probably already told this story on a podcast. So I think it's a good place to start, right?
Sure.
We're fucking in the back 40. Did we tell the story on the podcast, Jordan? Before?
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on? Are you scrolling TikTok over there?
Jacoby's on TikTok.
We probably did tell it, but we're on the other end of this property. Tyler's got an open can of Ghost Energy randomly.
Even though, it was Mountain Ops hybrid that morning.
Yeah.
You got to keep the body guessing. Normally it's Ignite, but I had to grab something out the door. We were late. Shout out to Mountain Ops because that's what I drink most of the time. But
yeah. So there's a turkey gobble that no one heard except for Tyler.
There was a couple of them gobbling.
And I'm like, we're in the dark in the woods. We're all walking around, and he hears a gobble, and I'm like, the fuck, you autistic? How the fuck did you hear that?
Tuned into the frequency, dog.
One more gobble goes off that no one hears, and Tyler takes off running with an open can of Ghost.
I told you, I'm standing there with a pink lemonade Ghost in my hand, and Rob's like, there's been a turkey rooster back here, which to his credit, there was. It had not gobbled yet.
Yes.
But the most vocal birds on the limbs, you know, them are the ones that typically you can call in, and we were on them the day before in that gully, and we could never, they were just passively gobbling at us, just scratching or doing their thing. We could never get them to come to us. Well, you can hear, it's not even a hearing. Trent knows what I'm talking about. It's like a feeling. Like you don't even hear it. You can feel like the shudder of the vegetation, the trees and stuff, that
gobble vibration that we've talked about before, the timber.
Yeah, it's the back end of the gobble you feel, not the front end.
Yeah.
It's the aftertaste.
Yeah.
Right. Totally get it. Now, I totally get it. I witnessed it, right?
It's like being in a city, know you're getting bombed from that way, and you hear that you have PTSD that the planes are coming from that way, and you can hear them. Like, I know they're taking off. I can't hear them, but I know they're taking off. You can just barely hear it. You're like, I don't know if it's a hog squealing in that barn. I don't know what it is, but
it's something.
There's an acoustic noise coming from that direction that's loud and somewhat the frequency of a gobble.
That's like the most crazy and accurate way to explain that. But yes, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
And someone who's never been around you or an experienced turkey hunter, it's fucking true. Because Breen takes off running.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, we're following Breen. And we ran out of that timber, ran across a big cut field. It's springtime. It's been cut for a long time. Into some other timber, down a ravine, through a draw, up to another field. Listen, there's a gobble. Keep running into another like mouth of the ravine, and that's where we set up shop.
Mm-hmm.
And this is like, I don't know how fucking far it was from the initial setup to where we ended up.
We marked
sitting.
it. It was like 1,400 yards or something.
It was far enough at gray light through wetness and gnats that it was like when we got to it, it's like
them buffalo gnats are the Jeez, dog. They'll carry you away.
Bro.
But I knew when we were standing on that crossroads, because like the turkey will fly down when the incident angle of sunlight is just so like it's as the sun or the intensity of light increases, there's a certain point where like when they're gobbling at that rate and they're ready to get on the ground and do whatever they got to do, they're gonna pitch. And I knew from we're in the trees are starting to get foliage. It was 5th season, right?
Yeah, it was late.
Yeah, it was late. So you have the baffle of the leaves. We were on them turkeys the day before, and I knew, I'm like, dude, if I hear them again, we got to go. We got to go now, because if we don't go now, by the time we get there, they're going to be on the ground. Then it's going to be a whole different ballgame. But we get there while they're still in the tree, then we're in business.
Yeah.
We rounded that corner, and it was like getting hit in the face. Bow! Freaking right there in the wood line in front of us, like, what, 200 yards?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, find a spot, boys.
It was it was intense, man. Well, one, I didn't want to fuck up in front of Cartel Calls, I'm like, I got to show up. And I was just getting ready to be spoon-fed. So you can't fuck up when you're being spoon-fed. You look even more like a douchebag,
Yeah. And what are you looking at?
I'm not looking at you. What do you mean?
You were looking right at me.
No, I'm trying to get you to acknowledge the agreement of the pressure of the moment, because I had as much pressure shooting as you did filming it.
Yeah, then I had to shoot, and I missed.
Well, that was the next day, though.
Yeah,
no, that was a deal.
Was it? Oh yeah,
it was the next day.
But that was fucked up. That turkey sucked.
Yeah, keep going.
We can defend you here. You just got to let me.
Yeah, that was that was not an ideal shooting situation at all.
We got. All right, we'll talk about that. We're talking turkey stores, getting people riled up. I'm getting ate by gnats, bad, and I can barely. The grass is tall and it's wet, and I just feel like ticks and gnats and skeeters are eating me alive. And I got my face mask up to the fucking bottom as I can get it, and all of a sudden I can just see heads And
Will Frosted mini wheat slipping through that wet slick grass,
yeah,
rolling right in there 3D.
and all of a sudden you see the heads go from chill to like looking, and Brain's like, shoot. And I'm like, oh shit. And the turkey starts dipping. I'm like, boom, and fold one. And Brain gets up and just gets in there, and it's hooks. It's just a fucking big bird. Do you have that video on your phone we could throw on the screen just to show?
No, I don't even have my phone.
Go grab it.
It was like this, though. It was like...
It was a good bird. It's one of the biggest
It was
birds.
good enough that it laid me open.
Dude, we
laid me wide open.
Celebrated.
I made that mistake. I was so jacked up, I got laid up in the cut on that one.
Dude, I loved it. It was a good moment. It was awesome. It was one of the top turkey moments I've ever experienced, if not the best turkey.
You don't know the amount of pressure when Kurt's like, man, you're going to come out here on the podcast, blow you up. We want you to come out to Turkey Palooza. I want to kill a turkey with you. And like, man, you've been filming on this farm all year. And then you get there and you're like, you hunt a whole day and don't shoot nothing. Like, don't even see a turkey. You're like, feeling
but
out here spitting hot game, and then you're like, and then when it comes down to when the rubber meets the road, dog, you got to perform.
Yeah, but the feeling's mutual though too, because like we respect each other's angles.
Right.
Like I don't want to look like a fucking fool in front of these guys that I idolize as turkey dudes that I look up to. Like I want to be like, oh, this guy, he's in bounds.
Yeah.
I'm not a self-proclaimed turkey expert, but I want to see him in bounds.
Yeah.
Like if you take me out there, you're like, what the student know his fucking ass from his elbow. That sucks.
At that moment, standing there with that can of open Ghost in my hand with you and Rob and Jordan, and I was like, if I hear it again, I'm going. And then when I started beating feet that direction, I was like, dude, in my brain, I'm like, if we get there and this doesn't work out, I'm gonna look like a jackass.
No, dude, it was beautiful. It couldn't have worked out cooler for you. So this is the promo video. Oh, there's the hooks.
Oh yeah.
Do you got the video?
That's the one I had in my hand, in case anybody was wondering.
It was a big bird. Jordan just put together such a sick promo.
I don't
know if we could play it. We can play it we can dub it over the pod.
It's all laggy.
Oh yeah, just because it's airplayed.
And you can attest to the fact it was one of those situations where there'd been no turkey shot there.
There you go. Yeah, no, nothing has been.
No, all year or previous year. So as soon as you shot one of them cowboys, that whole woodlot there just come alive the next day. They're gobbling everywhere.
Yeah. One of them cowboys.
They were. Them sun guns were running the whole show over there.
It was hard for video, but dude, it was a sick.
Yeah. Bah, bah, bah.
What a good day.
They are.
Hooks.
Hook.
We're just face mask up like just Black Ops. The gnats were so damn bad.
See,
you didn't get any of that B-roll of my boy Rob standing there with no face mask on around the tree.
Rob was just leaning against a tree.
He was just standing there.
Rob's a gangster.
Standing up.
Yeah,
I was like, Rob, get ahead. And he's looking at me. He's like, I'm like, all right.
All right.
You can't. There's gobbling inside 100. I can't do nothing about it right now.
No, that was good, dude. And so the next day we go out, and we were on a bird.
Well,
right
that
away.
night we went and roosted them.
Right.
Yep. That night.
Well, remember we drove the truck in, and then we get out to go scout, and it was like, bow,
pinned
right
down at the truck.
Yeah, it's like,
oh yeah,
gunfight at the truck.
like the truck door opens, bow,
just going crazy.
Like, I'm not talking like 200 yards that way. We're talking fucking
like
right
we
here.
can almost shoot it.
Yeah, it's one of those where you rolled in a white pickup truck and you're sitting in the truck and you're going, don't move.
We were like sneaking out of the truck like there was a bomber coming to get us, and we're like up against the truck bed like, fuck, where's this bird at? It was crazy.
We just drove a half ton in here, but don't move.
Yeah.
But don't move.
It's exactly what happened.
Be still.
And then I think, I don't know what happened. He moved off or was on
had
or
hobbies.
whatever. What's that?
He had hobbies.
Yeah, he had hobbies.
Yeah, he had places to go.
He was out on his buff pad somewhere. And then the next morning we went out, set up, It was actually a pretty fun morning. How
we
much
roosted? We roosted them that night.
Right. That's right. That's right.
And then we got in there the next morning, and that thing was roosted on a. When we walked out, we seen it. We did our little. Well, the day that we got hung up on them birds and didn't get them killed the first day, what did I tell you? I was like, we're gonna go over here and investigate.
Yeah,
we're gonna do an investigation on what they were doing that they didn't, like once we just let them, whatever, they weren't there anymore. We went over there and investigated, and I was like, man, I don't know what the heck they're doing, but if they're over here, like we got to be over here. I guess they want to be on this side of the ditch. That's the line in the sand. Mm-hmm. Well, what happened with that turkey was he was roosted on a cottonwood branch that was across the ditch. So he had flown up from one side, but he's sounding like he's on the other side of the ditch.
Yeah.
And when he flew down on the side of the ditch that the tree trunk was on, but it was one of those big matriarch cottonwood trees.
Yeah.
So he's 40 yards over here, or not 40 feet over here on this side of the ditch. Well, he pitched back and he's just standing there, up there on a flat.
Yeah.
He didn't have any other turkeys with him. He's just up there chilling.
Yeah. That's when we were set up in the hardwoods and we can see kind of down in there. I'm like, this bird's going to come right up here and it's going to be game over. Yeah. It fucking never did.
Yeah.
It's like, when do we fold our cards and move over the ditch? Well, ditch is an understatement. It's a pretty big ravine.
Yeah, it's like a main draw system.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah, if you were deer hunting, you would have called it a ravine. It was terrain.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Illinois terrain.
You would have looked at it on a map. You'd be
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's a terrain system. So we dipped across, get up in this. It's kind of a sick setup. Like there's a road there coming off like a clearing, and we get down in this area, and I'm filming, and Jordan's got the gun, and Breen's behind me a little bit, and it's just looking nice. Jordan's up closer to the log road.
Yeah, so you get 40 yards up there in front of me. I'm going to sit back here and call, and he's going to come right through you. Nope. Come up to the road with all that foliage, couldn't see him. Got right up there on the edge of the road and snapped one off. Bow! And I'm like, done deal, dog. Get ready.
Yeah.
Jordan's got his head right down. He's coming right down his gun barrel. And then it just went nuclear winter crickets for like 10 minutes. And I'm like,
nuclear winter crickets.
And then eventually I like scooted up on the red oak I was sitting against, and I'm looking, and I can just see his little beady eye standing there like he's like hunched up in a honeysuckle. Just looking up and down the road. And he can't see. He's like, I know she's right here.
Yeah.
And so I just seen him eventually. He just kind of like, he just went, meep. He went back full submarine, and he just skirted around this little patch of trees. And he started coming in from the right, and I'm like, oh boy, he's got to spin and shoot him.
Yeah, like directly behind me, pretty much.
Yeah. Which is how the fuck did he get behind us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just doing rope stuff.
And yeah, we won't mention what happened next unless you want to.
Yeah, I will. And then he comes into this like logging road behind me. He goes like full strut, and I'm just like praying he keeps walking. And then he gets spooked and turns and runs, and I got to do a 180.
Fucking Chuck Norris' ass.
Whiff. He gone.
He hit that road looking right at where you were sitting, like 10 yards from you, and I got a full picture of it. He broke into the open, and he hit it.
Yep.
And he, like, in one foul swoop after that drum, he folded up, did an about face, and sent it. He's like, I'm out. Bow, gone. And I'm like, you better get shooting at him.
Fuck.
Yeah. Sad day, but fun times. We'll get redemption. It'll be all right.
Boys, Cartel has been killing it. And we did NWTF with you guys, which is really cool to see you guys in WTF. I got to say, you guys are popular as fuck. The amount of turkey legends that rolled through the booth casually, it's a pretty big deal. And I'll add a little more credit to this. It's a pretty big deal, especially for the branding being so unconventional for what is traditional turkey marketing and turkey call norm, because it's fucking fried out there, boys. You like
True
that, Trent? It is fucking fried.
Dude, I told you. I said, get to the show, take it all in, do your thing at the booth, and when you get an hour, just go and walk around the show. You're going to start seeing what I'm telling you, man. Just walk around and look at the people that you're dealing with in that building.
It's damn near impossible to walk around.
83,000 people in 3 days in that building, all turkey hunters. You walk around there and you're like, oh, That dude's got 600 beards hanging from his freaking neck down on a little tide thing. That guy over there is, 550 maybe, somehow walking around, and he's got a spur necklace all the way down to his legs. Oh, that guy over there's got a turkey fan as his hat.
Yeah.
And you start looking around and you're like, holy shit, Snyder's right. This shit's fucking fried, bro.
Turkey
this
hunting's
shit's
weird.
melting my brain. I'm used to this deer world, and this shit's all fucked, man. Just look around. It's scaring the fuck out of me. And then you come back to the booth to try to hide, and you're hanging out with us to hide, and it's like, that's even more fucked.
Yeah, you can't hide.
These two have been my best
is no
friends for
hiding.
10 years. And when they pitched this to me, even I was like, oh, man, I don't know about this. Like,
Yeah.
That is so out of the norm.
We were down there. Garrett was bouncing at the bar, and we're out front. And we're like, "Yo, dude, come out!" Like we're trying to film a video, like we're doing a deal in front of the bar, And Garrett's in there like this, like trying to be hid.
So-
He's trying to be hid in there, drinking his beer, hanging out with his friends. He's like, "I don't know anything about what's going on."
The start of that is actually, I had this chick that I know. She comes in the bar. She's all just sketched out. There's a guy standing out on the sidewalk with a mask on. He's just talking to himself. I'm like, that sounds familiar. I look out the window and go, oh,
It's fucking Breen.
Oh, no.
Yep. They wanted to come in and film me because they were supposed to film me on a turkey hunt.
off.
They wanted to come in and film me drinking and be like the night before, and then roll into us going turkey hunting later on in the morning. It was a lot of people were nervous. Let's just put it that way.
He's dressed practically like this, and he's standing on what we call Blood Alley. It's all the bars. It's a shithole of Canandaigua. He's standing there like we're doing this freaking deal, and he's dealing turkey calls. The truck's rolling up, and we're doing this deal.
Yeah, and they're also in little dime bags.
Dude, I'm hiding behind like a 93 Escort with a flat tire in the parking lot with the fucking camera like this in the dark. People are walking by me, and they're like looking at him, and they're looking at me.
They're like,
and
it
I'm
looks like the news, but it's not the news.
No,
but like,
mind you, this
what's
is
going on?
spitting distance from the police station.
Yeah,
as well.
They're looking at us like they're gonna call the cops. Is what they're looking at.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like if the news was filmed in the ultimate shady way possible. That's how you're filming.
I told this chick, I was like, it's just a turkey call commercial, and she just looked at me and she's like, all right.
Yeah,
okay.
Turkey call?
Yeah, turkey call
sure it
commercial.
Yeah.
She's like, what the fuck? I was like, just let it go on. Don't call the cops on us, please. We're shooting.
Get the fuck
film
out of here,
right now.
baby.
She left.
Literally.
She left. No cops showed up, but Garrett was in the bar. He knew what was rolling.
Oh yeah. As soon as I heard there's a guy with a mask on the sidewalk.
Where's that commercial at?
Dude, I just shared it on my Facebook today.
What color
That
is
was
it? White?
the one down the road from your
Rushville
house.
one?
That was the Rushville
that
one.
one's even better.
Is it on your guys' YouTube?
Hot pickles.
No,
I think it would be on our Facebook.
it's on Facebook.
So
On Facebook?
Yeah, it's on the Facebook. How that was supposed to end was they wanted to film me drinking that night, and then they wanted to film me on a turkey hunt with me on my Harley. Show up to Trent's at 4 a.m. on my Harley with a shotgun over my shoulder, like, all right, let's go. Then we roll into the woods, and I'm on my Harley.
Not while he was still intoxicated. Like, we wanted him to be totally in the clear from all of that. Like, let's not, because there's
They
a
wanted to start the
dividing
video
line.
with as the night before, and then there's me in the bar.
Who's riding with you on the Harley is the question.
They would be a dead turkey.
Nobody. It's him with a sidecar and ropes in the sidecar.
And maybe my beagle.
Yeah,
And maybe
Dolly could go
Dolly
for a
sidecar.
ride. Dolly could go for a ride.
Because the last time we did a podcast, your pet turkey
Yeah, Tom.
got famous.
Thomas the turkey.
My fucking
He was a legend.
I remember when I used to have to chase that turkey back from the Mennonite schoolhouse.
Yeah.
Me too. And then
fucker.
his
Roosted
roommate
it.
would call me and go, "Hey, the pastor down there is like, with the old lady at, 10 in the morning. What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Bro, I'm trying to get your turkey. He's going to get hit by a car, man."
Trying to get your turkey.
where's the face?
Oh, it's gonna be way
dude,
back.
it's going to be way back. You got to go to the page and then go to videos, and it's going to be like way back in the archives. You have to scroll back like two, three.
If Trent shared it,
fuck,
just
I
go
thought
to
you'd
his,
have it
go to his
2 years
Facebook.
ago.
No, it'll be there. It's close. It's close. You're about to hit pay dirt. Keep going. Keep going. Keep. Right. It's got to be.
I love.
Yeah, he's getting close.
Keep going. Keep going. It's got to be somewhere right in there, man.
That what is
Oh,
right there?
right
Right
there.
there.
Right there.
Saturday night on the bluff.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
that's one.
This
Yep.
one?
Saturday
On the
night on the bluff.
Or the
Yes, that's the one. Yes,
Yeah,
that's
there
the
we
one.
are. Can't make a right turn there, in case you were wondering.
Oh, now you can. They changed the changed the sign.
They did something that made sense.
You would know.
Saturday night out here on the bluff, man. You know, we just out here trying to get a paycheck. Just out here trying to break that bread any way we know how, man. You know, we looking for them customers. We got all bars up and down the strip here, man.
What the hell was this? This was the S10, right?
Yeah, it had to be.
This was the 4-door S10 with a cap on it with 380,000 miles on it.
Yeah, and that was before the Grand Caravan.
Yeah. Dude, the Grand Caravan one's classic. I love it. Cops drove by us on that one, by the way.
They did?
Yeah, the Yates County Sheriffs drove by us while he was standing there doing a, quote unquote turkey deal. Just kept driving.
It
looked right at him. Looked right at him. Kept driving.
So I was going to the shop one day and got pulled over by Yates County Sheriff, and I wasn't doing anything wrong, but he knew who it was. He was my buddy, and it didn't register. And he's like, hey, you might want to clip this because I don't know if we'll be in trouble. He's like, hey, you got any of that good stuff? He comes up to the window, he's like, no license or registration. I was like, damn, what was I doing? There it is.
That's time.
Yo, what's up, man? How many you need?
So see that green light up there? Right on the corner and to the right is the police station. So they're doing this right in front of the cop station and everything.
Who's spinning them Quaker boys? This stuff's way better than them.
Who's spinning them Quaker boys? This is shit only deep turkey people will fucking find humor in. Like, you got to be a hunter to fucking laugh at this, which is beautiful.
Yeah, and he's sitting in my truck. Trent's sitting in my truck filming through the windshield. And we got his neighbor in an S10 freaking rolling up here.
Just keeps going.
Dude, I'd say the best one was when Tanner actually got in your truck and I filmed it from the back seat and you're like, looking a little light, bro.
If you scroll back down, I think it
keep
shows
going down.
It shows the bar right there.
All the kids.
Yep, right there. All the cool kids are doing it. That's the
Right to
bar
left.
I was in.
Yeah, that's Tanner's in that, or Garrett's in that bar right there.
I'm standing on the other side of that gray door working.
Blood Alley.
And I'm lurking right there. And then people get in that truck right there like, what is going on, bro?
Yeah, I totally get it.
Dude, life in the streets ain't easy.
I want to
Especially
watch
in Western New York.
I want to watch. Is this one of your? Okay, so this is how I knew Cartel at my initial. Is it like these one of your commercials here?
Yes.
This is all right. This is my introduction to Cartel. Is one of these commercials right here, and this is where I was like, I didn't know who you were at all, but Joe Humphreys from Big Time knew you well.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, whatever they're fucking doing, I love it. And Joe's like, you got to meet Brain. You guys will get along. Do you remember I remember talking on the phone for the first time ever.
He called me because Jacob Keel, I'm pretty sure Jacob Keel turned it because Jacob Keel was hiring me to do some film work. So Jacob Keel got him hooked on it, and he's like, man, this is the most, this is the best stuff ever. Like, I absolutely love this. I can't like publicly announce any of it. He was like, I can't be associated at all, but this is awesome.
Yeah. So I saw you guys through Instagram, and I'm like, that's fucking genius shit. Like, but also I'm a dude with my neck tattooed, so take that for fucking face value, whatever it means. But this is how I know Cartel.
This is the slate right. This right side shark fin cut in a heavy red top shoe supported by two black profile.
I'm surprised you can't hear the wind coming through.
Cherry red chassis and burn with a black stamp approvals like skipping dinner on the first date and going straight to eat and snack pack without a spoon.
There's your snack pack without a spoon, dog. There it is.
This right side shark fin cut in a heavy red top sheet supported by two black prophylactics stretched across a cherry red chassis and burned with a black stamp approvals like skipping dinner on the first date and going straight to eat and snack pack without a spoon.
It's too good.
Breen says he can't. He's so surprised he can't hear the wind blowing through there.
I think that after a while, Facebook trims them so you can't see the whole thing. But that was like a whole skit. It was like, this was the boss.
Well, like this right here.
Yeah. Who's your daddy?
I'm your daddy, making the annual pilgrimage up out of your mom's basement to drop the new line of calls from Cartel. These new threads, and new stickers. Before we get into it, check out these hats and see one you like. Better get them before they're gone. Limited quantities on our online store and Facebook shop today.
It's too good. That's my introduction to Cartel. That's how I learned about you guys and all that, whatever. But I think it's X out of the whole thing. But anyway, you guys are killing it. It's been awesome to get to know you guys and have you guys in here a third time. You guys really are, in my opinion, like the turkey guys. When watching you guys talk turkey from a third party perspective, like not in the conversation, listening to you guys talk turkey, it's like a fucking sub language of English. Like you have to know the jargon otherwise you just don't really know what the fuck you're talking about. Like I kind of get it, but if I didn't know what I know now, and I just went to NWTF and like hung out in your booth 3 years ago before knowing you, I don't know what they're fucking saying.
It's like crazy. We have our own language.
100%. And I don't think listeners will ever understand it until they spend time around you guys, which I'm advocating for you guys to do. NWTF, Iowa Deer Classic, Ohio, Illinois, all of them. So people can, I think for you guys' brand, it would just quadruple it in a season.
Oh, for sure.
Be on like the ground level. I know it's kind of hard to do it and whatever, you guys are busy, but you need to do it. And people that can get into the booth at these normal consumer shows
would go nuts.
Well, I think, yeah, they'd go absolutely nuts, but just being engulfed in like this cartel turkey culture, you guys have created a subculture to turkey hunting in the pocket of what is already fried.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know that?
Yeah, some of the stuff that shows up on the Facebook page, bro, like, I can't even breathe. I'm laughing at it, and I'm like...
The dryer?
Yeah, I was just about to say.
Oh, my God.
Did you guys see that video when we were down?
Oh, my God.
He posted a video of us down at the booth and stuff, whatever. This kid comments on the post, and he said something about Cartel Custom Calls, and it's him ripping a turkey out of a dryer in the middle of the woods and just taking off out across the woods.
With his balaclava on. Like a youth hunter. And it's funny. Like, you want to have all due respect to the animal. And so that's like where you have to draw the line. You have to be like, hey, look, you know, like, you got to be respectful to the animal. It's funny. It's, you know, kids, they're trying to be cool and fit in, you know, and like, we love it. But like, at the same time, like, we also understand, like, we don't want to, for us, the line might be a little bit wider than some other folks. And so, like, we respect that.
Yeah.
We are still always going to push it. But, like, you know, it's as long as everybody takes it as fun and not the wrong way.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You have to take it in context, I guess.
Yeah. Nobody wants... I'm not an advocate for anything that could be, like, disrespectful. Like, I don't know. We're real careful with that. But we don't do that shit anyway, so it's not like we have to be like, oh, don't do that. You know what I mean? It's like, we don't get content that we capture that we're like, oh, don't post that part of it.
Well, like, you ever seen somebody put a duck in a plucker? Like, it's the same apparatus, you know, like, and it was kind of done in a funny way. It's just, you know, I could see somebody looking at it and going, no.
Yeah. That's good. That's a good way. The duck in a plucker is like probably a good way to explain it. It's the process that not everybody necessarily needs to see.
It's fried.
It's fried, yeah. Turkey hunting's a weird space, but...
You got to boil them and dip them. Every little pin feather.
Yeah. Well, I think...
One of those.
Hunting, like whitetail hunting, it's its own fried space. It's fried in a way, but it's more... I don't know. It's weird, the gap between whitetails and turkeys. There's a gap there, and there's a lot of shit that happens in the gap.
Oh, yeah.
From... ethics to perspectives to methods to, I mean, there's a ton of shit. I'll never hit all of it. But like what, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like with the big game mammals comes a different
reverence. And like, I guess like value.
People definitely care less about birds.
Oh, dude.
In a way of ethics, but also it goes into the same thing. Like we could dial this down from whitetails to like the anti-hunter people, vegans that are smashing bees and wasps when they get in their house. It literally goes, that's the spectrum. Right. It's an extreme spectrum. But if you're a vegan telling us not to do shit and you're smacking bees with your shoe in your house,
you're contradicting yourself.
What are you doing? Let that fucking thing live.
You're still killing a cephalized organism.
Yeah, right. It's crazy to
has a
fucking
cluster of neurons at the forefront of its body. You know,
Right, okay.
and you took it out in broad daylight and killed it.
Yeah, but I mean, is a vegan gonna let a wasp sting?
You'll be judged.
Yeah, right.
You will be judged
by somebody. But I don't know. But there is almost, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't even talk about it that way because I don't feel that way personally. Like, I'm not going to do anything disrespectful because I'm turkey hunting versus if I was deer hunting. I'm going to operate the same way. But
no.
But perception, wilder shit happens with turkey hunting than it does deer hunting. And
oh yeah.
I'm curious. I'm looking at Trent specifically here because he's the forefront of the term fried. Why do you think that is?
I think it's, I mean, agree or disagree, it's some form of like human preference, huntress preference. It's
subliminal preference.
Everybody and their brother puts 100% of everything in their mind and body into deer.
Yeah.
And they just decide that everything else is kind of off to the side. So humanly, if we were different and we put everything to that turkey, the turkey would take the spot of that deer. It's all in our own minds. I think it's just bullshit, really. I think the deer mind and the mindset of that animal versus waterfowl and turkeys and birds and all that, it's all humanly put down. It's just what we perceive in the hunting industry and being brought up and what you like to hunt, and everybody's like, oh my God, that 10-pointer over there that's named Mac that lives in the cemetery, you know, oh my God, you know, he's this mysterious, you know, ghosty animal. And then there's 7 longbeards over there, and the guy's like, oh, you can't hunt here unless, you know, you shoot them all. It's like, that's all human bullshit. It could be the other way around, but that's the way that we perceive it in the hunting industry. It's kind of a weird thing to think about. I see you're kind of like twisting in your mind.
No, I love it. I love it. I'm taking it in.
I mean, take it or leave it, but that's kind of what I think. It's all like humanly based. Like, and I always go back to the fact of Rope don't give a fuck. Rope doesn't want to be shot. He doesn't want to be trapped. He doesn't want to be hit by cars.
Snared.
Neither do deer. They don't want you to find their sheds. They don't want you to cripple them with arrows. All the animals don't want any of it, but the human perception is, oh my God, that 9-point buck over there that lives in the back 40 his whole life. Oh my God, you know, his name's Hank, and I've watched him for 7 years.
His year.
You know, and he only shits on Saturday, and you know, I watch him do this and I watch him do that. Nobody gets into the turkeys like that. So the perception of the difference of the two of them is completely different, and it's all upon us hunters of that through the hunting industry.
I can't argue with you, dude. I think I think you're right. It's
deer hunter. I'm a waterfowl hunter. I'm a turkey hunter, but that's how I see it.
Let me say this though, because I am a deer forward guy. Obviously, do I think the way that you just described a lot of times? Fucking for sure I do. For sure I do. And if you're listening and you're a deer forward guy, you can't say that you haven't thought about it. Unless you're super special and amazing, then maybe you're like a good human. Maybe I'm not a great human. I think that way a lot. Right? That's just honest. But I'll tell you, when we were turkey hunting on Greg's place with you, and we talked about them birds being old, I kind of painted that 160-inch 10-pointer mystique to those birds.
Yep.
Yeah.
I did. Now, I don't know if I'd paint turkeys with that mystique every time, because sometimes they like damn near land in your lap, and you're like, bam, and it's like I hunted one day.
Yeah.
You know? But after hunting them one day with no avail, and the next day, I painted them with that big mature buck mystique. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
I think you're right. I think you're 100% right.
Yeah.
You have to factor into it. It's just like what we do, right? Like you podcast, I film and photograph, but like my attention span's a photo, right? 20 minutes to turn and burn. You got your audio podcast. You got guys that are video editors and they want to see the whole thing through. Movie guys, their attention span is different. And like ducks, you go out, you got a daily bag limit. You go out, boom, boom, boom. You have instant success every day. Pretty much shoot a couple ducks, a couple geese. Turkeys, it's like you put in 2-3 days of effort, you can have success. It's still a tagged animal, so like can't shoot that many of them unless you travel.
Yeah.
And deer is more of like this long game, this like expert level Sudoku puzzle is what we've turned it into. And then everything with social media nowadays is a competition, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, John Doe down the street, homeboy over there, he's got them white geese on deck. He's laying them out, dude. And I'm over here. I got like 2 ring necks, right? Like I got to be, if I want to go to the bar and puff my chest out, I got to be like that, dude. So what do I got to do? Get a trailer, get all these decoys, spinners, vortex, whatever. I got to get ground. I got to shoot them like he does. I got to get the guys. I got to, and you start pushing yourself. You look around and you're like, humans are always trying to assess a standard.
Yeah, that's so true.
So you're trying to meet that standard of like, all I've ever shot's like a forkhorn. Like, cool for that guy. Love that for him. Like, kudos to him. Like, he might live somewhere where deer really don't live,
Yeah, totally.
Awesome.
He might be in Florida.
But if he's the guy around here in West Central Illinois or Iowa, Missouri, might be like, bro, like, what do you, come on, let's like, get, and then you're like, okay, you're like kind of holding everybody to a standard, even within your peer groups, you're always pushing somebody. So like some guys have a long attention span and they can put it into a deer, but some guys just are like, I want to turn and burn. I like hunting birds because I like this interaction, it keeps me busy.
Yeah.
I can always be doing something. Whereas a deer, like you can run around and call, but there's a small window. There's not a small window, but there's realistically
a peak small window. Yeah.
Where turkeys, like you could go out you couldn't go out now because it's dark out, but you could go out tomorrow and you could call a turkey in and shoot it probably, if the season was open.
Yeah.
So you have that interactive part, just like duck hunting where you're always monkeying, toying, and deer hunting, you are kind of doing that. And we've brought that into deer hunting, and you've seen a huge growth in that because you can now interact with the deer. You can make them do what you want to do by planting stuff and cutting these trees, leaving them trees, planting these trees, planting this, that. You can make them do what you want to do. You want them to do. Or not all the time, right? Like there's a science to it, but you have year-round interaction with it, keeps you busy.
Yeah.
And thinking about it. You're always working towards that goal. Where turkeys, like a couple days, bang, get one on to the next state. Like it has that roll to it, that rhythm where somebody can get hooked into that.
It's more quickly attainable for success than it is anything else. But does that, the way people, from your guys' perspective, the way people operate on turkeys versus deer, with that, like, I don't know, sometimes it's nonchalant, maybe a flavor of disrespect in a way of not as important as the deer. Does that bother you guys in any way, or do you kind of just take it for what it is? Or like, do you think about it that much? Or
I don't even think about it, to be honest with you.
No?
I just take it for what it is.
Okay. Yeah.
Personally.
Yeah. You don't get what I'm saying, that question a little bit? Like
for the most part, yeah. I mean,
because that's what you guys do. I know you're heavy into whitewhales.
Yeah,
especially we've talked a lot about deer. We probably talk more about deer.
Yeah,
at WTF
but what's crazy is I honestly like chasing turkeys more than deer. I'm a huge whitetail hunter. It's like he was just saying, the interaction.
Yeah, right.
You got that small
is
peak.
Addicting. It's addicting.
You got that small peak where you can call and rattle deer in and have that kind of interaction. To where turkey hunting, unless you're traveling, you got the whole month of May, and you got 31 days where you can interact with a wild animal.
Yeah,
and you can learn to outsmart that wild animal every day. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what does it for me. Just sit there in the darkness and you hear that bird gobble on the limb, and it's like, all right, what kind of game are we going to play today?
Right.
You know what I mean?
I get that. I feel like my perspective initially, it's changing a little bit in time. Having kids, Jordan's pretty much our kid here at WCB. Yeah. We love Jordan, but it's like we've shared more hunts now. Big game perspective, like. We've gone on more hunting trips, like big hunting trips. Jordan's been along for a lot of them lately. Almost all of our hunts this year were filmed. And sharing it with the boys and with your friends is fun. turkey hunting almost always is with the boys.
Yeah.
And that's what amplifies the experience, I think. Like, you can go in, interact with them, make a game plan with your boys. I'll hang back. You get in there. We'll watch. And then that's super fun because then when you celebrate, it's like everybody got one. That's a beautiful thing
Deer
about
hunting's
it.
such like a lonely game.
Yeah.
Deer hunting's lonely.
Yeah.
It's a lone wolf,
Yes.
isolated, systematic extraction of that animal from his natural habitat.
And
I'm going to go in there and I'm
beautiful.
going to get you, and you're going to go home with me.
And I think another
Might
big
take
reason
me
for
till
me.
next year, but I'm going to come in there and I'm going to kill you.
I think another
That's
big
what it's
reason
planned.
for me too is we have such a long deer season.
Yeah. In New York. Right?
Yes. By the time it's halfway over with, I'm over deer hunting. To be honest with you, like it's just everything's messed up. You got people gut shooting deer, letting them run out, all this stuff. Where turkey hunting, you're limited to a time frame.
Right.
So you are. For me, I feel like I'm trying harder in that time frame than I am in the 3 months I got to kill deer.
I see.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense.
And there's no bad.
So it's kind of like a
there's-
challenge.
There's no bad feelings, right? It's like I was saying outside earlier. You know, like anywhere in the world that you go, deer are like a woman. Somebody's got a picture of them. Somebody's gonna miss them if you take them home from the bar. A turkey, like, unless there's something super characteristic about it, you know, it's a color phase or it's got some unique markings to it or it's banded. There's really no like, you shot my turkey. There's none of that drama. It's like, yo, I went out. And I think that it's one of those things as a kid, you can bring a kid out there and deer hunting, unless you're hunting over a feeder or something, if you have a young kid that doesn't have a long attention span, because kids can be in all varieties, they can sit there at a feeder and they're going to see wildlife. But if you just had to take them out in the woods and it was a slow day, you know, they're like, man, you know, I'm cold, I'm hungry, I can't move. Waterfowl hunting, not saying that it promotes sloppiness, but it's a little more lackadaisical, kind of lounging around. But turkey hunting, you wake up early, you get in there, and you know he's there because you hear him gobble. And like, from the time you're born, it's like an instinctual trigger. It's like you hear that, might not know what a turkey is or any of that, but you're like, that's a turkey just gobbled.
That's so true. It is true.
Yeah,
That's what that is.
yeah, I heard that.
There's also something, Kurt, like we occasionally talk about the evolution of a hunter. Like obviously that doesn't go on out here, but in New York, I wouldn't say everybody, but say the younger guys, if you're really going to look at them from an aspect of they're 12 years old all the way up to 25, they go through the swing depending on their parents and who brings them up hunting. But typically, they're going waterfowl, turkey deer to deer. It's like an evolutionary thing. And by the time they get to whitetail deer, to the lonely hunt of the three, they understand from the fun aspect of hunting with 20 buddies to you got to dumb it down a little bit and you got to be, 3-4 guys hunting turkeys, and then you're down to the lonely hunt. And then by the time they get to that point of evolutionizing into a deer hunter at home, they learn every aspect of decoying a bird, calling in waterfowl, shooting birds over water, then calling in turkeys with a box call or a pot call or a diaphragm or whatever it may be, all the way to the point of grunting in a whitetail and shooting it with a bow. It's like an evolutionary thing that I grew through.
That's fucking
and a lot of my friends did. We never went right straight to deer hunting. That was not.
I went straight to deer hunting.
That was not a thing.
Shit.
You evolutionized and you learned all of that as you went. So by the time you got to the end, you're like, well, I like all of it and I want to do all of it, but I love this. Like, this is the step that I love, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to do them all, but that's the one that I'm really going to excel at.
See,
that's how I grew up. Was I first started duck hunting.
Yeah.
And we just didn't turkey hunt, but then we went to shotgun hunting, which you do with all your buddies.
Right.
Shotgun hunt deer, and then into bow hunting by yourself. So, yeah, it's an evolution.
Evolutionary,
just like what you said, yeah.
Yep.
I think, if I would have went through that full evolution, I just wonder where I would have got stuck.
I just remember...
You would have ended up like us.
Yeah, I think, for sure. Because I think if I would have started, dude, I don't know why I never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
I have not thought of it that way.
I haven't either.
Because I kind of all right, admittedly, I kind of see the waterfowl guys, and I'm like, a little bit.
Right.
Being honest, like I don't mean anything by it.
No,
but a little
it
bit in my
gets so
head.
popular. Everyone does it nowadays.
Well, in my head, I'm like,
It's fun.
all right, I'm gonna cook.
Absolutely.
You want me to cook bacon and eggs? I'm hunting. That's not hunting. That's what we joke around about.
We joke about it all because that's
They can
everyone's dog
smell
hunting
that.
videos
Yeah,
now.
yeah. And
Put that away.
But for me, I like the strategic game of like, oh, I'm gonna go in after this one fucking
Yeah.
thing. But I think if I would have started from whatever and worked through turkey, and then like as it got lonelier, I'd have been like, that sucks. I don't want to do this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The culture,
I probably got stuck at
10,
turkeys.
the culture 10, 15 years ago where we grew up though,
It's
wasn't
different.
the culture that you grew up in here 10, 15 years ago.
No.
Like our grandparents, I mean, old Farmer John seen big buck out there or whatever, you know, they're shooting them, they're driving deer, Orange Army, like,
And
there was no,
buck's an 80-inch buck, but that was just what they loved chasing.
they didn't know what you guys in the Midwest knew, and there was no way to convey it. You know, they were just starting to print magazines and stuff, you know, and if the guy was good at reading, like my grandfather taught me how to hunt, he bounced out in 8th grade, dog.
Yeah, which is amazing.
You know, I mean, he's a national treasure though. Like Trent's grandfather, he traveled and turkey hunted, so he knew more about it than I did, and I learned from him because he learned from his grandfather who traveled around, ran into guys, learned by doing it, you know,
Yeah.
trial and error. And
being really actually passionate about it by effort and traveling effort, which is, it's a beautiful thing. What now people can be passionate about things and learn things without having to like cowboy it all over the country, you know. But I don't know. It's I love the perspectives, and that's why I like talking to you guys about it, because you bring different perspectives from where you grew up, how into what you're into. And it's just you guys think about things a little bit more out of the box than a traditional hunter. Which
the way I look at it, man, when talking about that is, it seems like the industry, and I would say a lot of the younger guys coming up, they try to put you into these cliques like you're in high school. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
you're and like when it gets to waterfowl, there's different cliques.
gangland.
There's-
It's like, this is the line, don't scout crossed it.
Well, I mean more in the instance of you're a duck hunter and you're a goose hunter and you're a snow goose hunter, and then you're a small game hunter and you're a turkey hunter and you're a fall turkey hunter and you're a deer hunter.
Yeah.
They try to split you into all these cliques, and I'm like, motherfucker, I'm in every single one of them cliques.
Yeah, I like doing
I
it
do
all.
every single one of them.
Except duck hunter.
Yeah, I don't duck hunt worth a shit. I'd rather goose hunt. Fuck
I
them
started
ducks.
out as a little kid chasing beagles around with my father. So I didn't even just start into the waterfowl and small game. Like I got pictures of me 4 years old with a leash full of beagles and a stack of rabbits. I mean, that's where I got my start.
That's the ultimate, man.
Oh, I'm forever.
You want to go
hunting.
back to the
Forever.
basics, Kurt? Go on a freaking beagle rabbit hunt with a 410 and just walk around in the snow and shoot rabbits in front of beagles.
You wanna
That's
talk
number
about-
one.
No, there is. There. Let me tell you what, though. There is segregation. It's real, right? In New York, you got guys that hunt and stuff, and then you got coon hunters.
Yep.
I mean,
Yep.
and that's
Yep.
like, that's the line in the sand.
Yep.
Dude, we get talking about dogs. We fucking get some people writing in.
Honorary Native American.
JJ Lawhorn. You get JJ Lawhorn saying to give him bad whiskey.
Native American, bro.
Goddamn, I think that's where we air out. Have we told the whole JJ Lawhorn story?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Got to meet him at the show. It was
Yeah.
great.
What
I got to
guy.
meet him years ago at
Yeah.
the show, but got to hear the story from both ends, and it was the greatest part.
That's
of all of
obviously my favorite part of that podcast. I keep
Even
saying that.
inside of some of that stuff, it gets clicky because then you got guys like, I don't hunt with those guys because homeboy's got a dog, and if we're hunting, he's got to bring his dog.
Yep.
And my dog, I want my dog to get the work
Yep.
and retrieve the ducks, and he's got his dog. And
I
they're
don't
gonna
hunt with this
fight.
breed of dog or that
You
breed of
got
dog.
it,
Yeah, and oh man, it's,
There's waterfowl hunters that hunt for themselves to kill birds, and then there's the waterfowl guys like Ryan Plain and Brian Ketchum. And look at me, I didn't shoot today. I didn't even bring a gun, but you know, I watched my dog retrieve 27 birds. Let me put a post on Facebook. You know, it's a beautiful beautiful day. You know, my dog did such a good job. Fuck that, man. I'm going out to kill shit. I'm going out to shoot shit out of the sky and watch it crash in the water. And then I'm going to go, fuck
Are all those
yeah.
guys TikTok guys?
No, there's no way. I don't even think a couple of them have smartphones.
But I want to watch my
Still sending
dog
smoke
work,
signals.
man. I
But
wanna
then
watch
you
my
got
dog
guys
work.
like me that are filming, and I'm like, you guys kill them. I'm gonna make it look cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna post it later.
We'll make it look.
Hang on. Yeah.
Pretty.
It's a weird. Man, hunting's it's fucking fried.
Yeah.
That's the way to.
That's the best way to describe it.
While we're
It's
at
fried.
this point right now, I just want to put in the audio that Keith Eggersy, he'll be listening to this right now, and so will Dan Grunman. Oh, Dan, I don't see you here. You're not here.
Oh, yeah,
Loser.
weird. Back out last second.
But on the other hand, Keith Eggersy, he'll be telling on me. Brian Ketchum, he's my friend. Trent was talking shit about you. You know, the dog. You know, you're talking shit. His dog worked, dude. I will tell Keith Eggersy right now,
Double down, please, double down.
and Brian Ketchum right now that I am so sick of reading that fucking shit on fucking Facebook of look at Ellie Blue. She retrieved 27 birds today, and I didn't even take a gun. You know what? Fuck that. That is not waterfowl hunting. That's fucking dog working. Fuck that. I don't want to read it anymore.
Like
I don't know anything about it, but I love that you just took your stance.
It's a
and
couple
stuck with
guys
it.
we hunt with around home, and it's all fun. But
No, don't back him up.
over here. I
Don't back him
I
up.
feel bad because that dog got shot, dude.
No. Nothing against the dog. It's Brian.
It's the owner.
Double down, Trent.
it's
Double
Brian.
down. Triple down.
He's not mad at the dog.
He's got to stop it.
Fire
Start
him
waterfowl
up.
hunting. Leave the dog out of it. The dog can't fucking read Facebook. It doesn't fucking care, bro.
what a turn of events here.
I'm so removed from this that I can just instigate it because it doesn't fucking matter.
He's
to
got to
me.
put a fucking dip and he's so worked up.
I love it. I love it.
Let me check that.
It's fucking fried.
Dude, that's the click though. It's like you're either working your dog or you're shooting waterfowl in the waterfowl world. It's like, what the fuck? Well, I want to kill shit. You want to watch your dog go to the fucking park and throw a frisbee. I want to fucking hunt. I want to fucking hunt.
Okay, I love it. All right, let's hard transition. Now that we just shit on everybody.
Fuck all of them.
For the record, Trent, I love that because I don't have any skin in that game, and I love that someone took a curt stance and fucking actually went harder than me on probably any stance I've ever taken. That's refreshing.
What else you got?
You try to get Zach Jacoby to do it against his TikTok community, and he gets all fucking like a shy horse trying to step around a snake, you know? I'm just kidding. I love you, Zach.
Oh
Zach's in
man,
here.
Keith's gonna tell on me. I'm so scared when he tells.
That's not
on
true.
me.
Zach
Oh my
does
God.
Zach does tell you what he's feeling. I'll give you that. I'll tell you what's up. Yeah, Zach's in the background watching here. But all right, we got to talk about what calls and what shit we got going on the table because there was 25 custom WCB.
We got it all, baby. Your mom loves it, and I know that you will too.
Break
We
it
got
down for us.
aluminum, glass, copper. We got these for your rumspringer. little cap.
Let's talk about the calls because there's a limited run for this.
Yes. Working class bow hunter pot.
Yes, big fan.
Crystal over aluminum. Yep. And an ambrosia maple pot. Very pretty pot. Limited out of 25 for 2025.
Yes.
And I believe that the one that you're seeing on the table will probably sell out at shows.
Yeah.
Those are all going with you.
Yeah, and by the time this launches, those will be sold out already.
Bye, Felicia. And then we'll be transitioning into a secondary run.
Different branding.
Different call, different setup. It's going to be glass over aluminum, so you can see that fresh logo on there. It's going to have the same Cartel ski mask embroidery or engraving around the side, ski mask on the bottom, also out of 25. Those are going to be out of a veneer black walnut, locally sourced, and it's going to have slightly different. It's this is mahogany.
Okay.
I don't know. Did we throw one of the black walnuts up here? Very pretty dark wood. Nope, that's another ambrosia maple.
Another ambrosia.
Very dark, very nice color to it, chocolately. Nice and chocolatey, like you want to take a bite of it, like Prairie Farms for you Midwesterners out there. Prairie Farms chocolate milk. You want to take a big slush out of it with your donuts, and then each of those also going to be numbered 1 out of 25. You might be able to push the boys and get them to sign them for you. for the boys.
We don't need to ruin anything.
Don't ruin a good thing. And those are gonna also, both pots are gonna come with a 1-piece bloodwood and a 2-piece maple over purple heart striker sticks, Lincoln logs, like high school, kindergarten, Lincoln logs, stack them.
Love it. Sick. I love everything that's on these pot calls. I pretty much have the theme of your text on my knuckles, and I got a Cartel tattoo, so pretty much everything on there I have tattooed, which is probably sad for me.
Yeah, the guy that we the other guy that we got the picture of with the
he showed up to our shoot randomly, and Joe spotted his tattoo from like
in the wild. Encountered
free range.
Yeah, he had the
hook spur Monopoly man.
The Monopoly man. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just tattooed.
Shout out to him and drop us in there so that we can get you hooked up because you're a boss.
How many Cartel tattoos are out there?
Those are 2 that I know of.
There's
same.
One, I bet.
Same. I just know of the 2.
I'm one of the 2. There's got to be another dude.
I don't know. Off the top of my head. I might be blanking, but I'm pretty sure that you guys are in a select group, different and isolated. You said that there was another guy that you saw with either the ski mask or the hook spur Monopoly man. I'm not sure. I don't know. I got the picture of the guy at, was it Deer and Beer Fest?
No, it was our bow shoot.
The bow shoot. Yep, the bow shoot. Like randomly, I'm sitting there. I don't know what I was doing. I think I was resurfacing concrete in my
Joe
garage.
was sitting at the Big Time booth at our shoot and looked up and saw it on the inside of his leg. It was like, holy
and I was
shit.
like, no, stop. We can't file Chapter 11 now. God damn.
You did say that.
I was trying to run and hide, and I was like, we can't go out of business now, boys.
Yeah, people are getting it tattooed. I was getting my tattoo here. I got it here, right by the front door. And
you FaceTimed me, and I was like, oh, dude, what do you say to somebody? I don't know it. I don't even know what I'm like, that's sick.
I feel like you were trying to talk me out of it.
No, I mean, it was done. The damage was done. It was already out. It was half filled in. I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah, you're like, what are you doing? Like,
the other guy was like, man, I don't know him, so I can kind of self-isolate, but I can't build a wall between this one. I'm like, now it's got to go on. Well, we're here now, boys.
Went hard. That's all I could think of, dude. Sorry.
Yeah, we were just kidding, and Kurt took us for serious.
We had this talk at the show, Kurt, remember?
No.
Virgin canvas.
Oh, yeah. You got to get the WCB logo tattooed.
I want to be the first WCB logo that is the 2-inch spur on the turkey leg with the damn microphone on the top of the leg. And that is to start it off, and then after that, there's supposed to be a huge sign right there, LED.
Trent wants a WCB turkey version of the logo.
He was telling me about it.
Why not? You guys like talking about it, living it, loving it, dreaming about it. You guys are turkey hunters now. Come on. Let's get with the program, bro.
It would be fun.
What if we just add a freaking hook off the end of it?
That's unacceptable. It's got to be the leg with the hook so you know what the hell it is.
Yeah, I agree.
I see. All right, Jordan, get to work, brother.
We've been normal all this time. We're just going to throw non-typical on there.
Just a split 2?
Just a,
inline point.
Nah, it's very clean.
Kill that net score.
Just a drop hook.
It's very clean. But a turkey sub logo would be pretty fun. Okay, I'll give you that.
I mean, we can just do it like this.
Oh, you're right. You're okay.
It fit the whole theme.
I just envision it as the turkey stepping the leg, and at the top of the leg is the microphone.
Yeah,
with a
so
two-inch
it'd be
spur
like
on it.
But the 3 call up, and then the spurs the mic, like that.
Just like that.
All right, that would be sick. All crusty and everything.
Triple toe outfitters, man.
All right,
this is a dew claw.
It's a dew claw.
Before anybody says anything, it's a dew claw.
All right, we'll talk about it. But that's fair. That's fair game.
I like it.
All right, what's new in the cartel world as far as calls, Bangland, the videos?
So when this drops, we don't have it here, but we teamed up with Vermont wildlife artist Dustin Detillo, Total G.
The man.
Detilio. Detilio, sorry. I get ahead of myself. So
Detillo sounds sick though too.
We teamed up with Dustin Detilio, Vermont wildlife artist. He painted us a canvas, and then it's titled Ghost Face by Dustin Detilio. Okay, badass, just screaming because he's white on black, That's, I mean, he does other mediums too, but that's, you know, iconic, him.
Yeah.
And he's incredible.
One of the best.
Yeah.
For him and Joe Pilcher are like the top wildlife artists in the game right now.
Best.
Yes.
I agree 100%.
Big time.
The best.
100%.
Dustin is our homie.
Yep.
We fucking love that guy. We
And
got
he's
some Kill Bottle
he's
exclusive
so
coming.
humble. I'm like, this is so good, dude. Like,
You can't get to Dustin. He's too humble. Like,
No.
you try to tell him, like, you know you're fucking incredible.
he's got dog in him.
Yeah, he's
but
like,
you just
"I'm
gotta
alright."
get him, you know, you gotta get the
You tell
dog
me, he's
going.
like, yeah, man.
Thanks.
I'm like, no. Do you know how good you are?
Yeah.
And it's like, he's
He's
just,
like, it's all right. I'm like,
He's like,
what are
yeah,
you talking about? I can't even
okay.
draw a stick figure over here.
he's fucking incredible.
Literally. I got lost for an hour watching him last year at WTF.
Dude, Dustin will go down as one of the wildlife artist legends of our generation.
Yes.
Oh, for
because
sure.
he's about our age. Imagine if he's around another 30-some years in the game. That dude, I mean, we have paintings all over from Dustin in this place.
Oh, yeah.
We have a whitetail one here. We have a turkey one on our turkey wall. Mm-hmm. I have some at home, custom ones he did of a buck I shot. Like, he's incredible.
Yeah. Before it becomes like Van Gogh, you know, and you have to go to whatever it is, those expensive auctions to get it. Like,
Yeah.
you know, he's a real guy. So we teamed up with him. He's been running our calls for a while now, him and his buddies in Vermont. And I called him up. I said, hey, you know, I want just Ghostface, just old Ghostface ripping in our face. So he made us this beautiful painting. It's beautiful. I mean, it's exactly what I told him. I said, I'm not the artist, right? This is how you deal with artists, because I deal with them in my line of work. You can't tell somebody what you want. You have to say, hey, I have generally, and then you be the artist. Creative freedom. You give me what you know I want, because what I think I want isn't really what I want. He's like, yeah, boom. 2 days later. That's the crazy part. Just days. I mean, like, not even. It's like he's a printer. It's incredible.
Yeah.
He's a printer.
Yeah.
He is. He's just. I mean, there's
He's
nothing.
the most motivated artist in the game.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you need something from him, he's got it done.
He's got
Most
it done.
graphic artists, you're like, 3 months ago, we talked about this
6 months
idea.
ago.
Yeah, 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some tricks.
You give him one little tiny idea, fucking 2 days later, it's done. You're like,
Yeah.
holy shit.
Yeah, you don't even have to tell him exactly what you want, because he's going to give you better than what you want.
Yeah, just a general idea is like, I
got
If I get too detailed, I'm going to screw it up for myself, right? So you just give them the lead. I'm like, I want to do a shirt, a hat, and I want to do a print. We're going to do 50 of them. We got a bunch of our sponsors chipping in stuff. I don't have the details lined out on this specifically yet, but it's incoming. But there's going to be a big goodie package. We're going to do a run of 50. So he's doing the Ghostface print. We're going to do a print run of them. I haven't decided on size yet, but it's going to be reasonable, not too big, not too small, something like that Leupold sign. What's that, like 18 by 20, 22?
Oh, fuck, maybe.
You know, like somewhere in that, not a whole wall print, but you know, he's gonna individually number them out of 50. We're gonna do 50 hats, white ski mask embroidered on the side, shirts, and then he's doing us in the similar style a box call lid. So we're gonna have a regular size, like fit in your vest box call. So not a long box, not a mid-sized box, but the perfect size box, all cedar to go in your vest. And we're going to do a 3-pack of diaphragms, like our Ghostface killer line, but a little bit revamped in white and black for that specific set. And then there may or may not be a pot call in there, depending on where we want to keep the price range, but we're going to do 50 of those. And then we're going to draw a winner around, you know, early mid-May, depending on how fast they sell out. We're going to draw a winner for the big prize package. There's going to be a lot of great stuff in there.
Badass.
Can't tell you exactly what's going to be in it right now because we're still ironing it out, but that's going to be the basic gist of it. Then we also have some new pot calls out. We have our Ambrosia Maple pots, just like the Working Class Bow Hunter one, not just like it, but very, very close. A little bit different striking surfaces on those. We have a copper over aluminum, a slate over aluminum, and then we have a crystal over aluminum, similar to the one, similar to your limited run. Those are out of 25, I believe. I think we did 25 of them. Same striker selection. And then, of course, we have some mahogany slates that we released last year going fast. Going to be gone soon. Might be gone by the time the podcast comes out. But if you want mahogany, it's a really nice South American wood. We try to stick to locally sourced domestic hardwoods to support, local economy, everything lumber sourced here. We want to be on that Trump train. All the lumber coming from inside, our border walls. So we're going to go back and we're going to do, black walnut and some different variations of stuff. But you have that copper, the slate, and the crystal over aluminum. And then we also have a limited run of 75. They're about half gone on the black anodized aluminum over aluminum. And that's a cherry pot. Beautiful, little bit rosy wood, not too rosy, but we get asked all the time about box calls. Honestly, they're not our favorite to sell because they're not the best tool for calling in a turkey, and they're kind of maintenance heavy, more of a decorative piece or collector's piece. And so that's why we're including it into the Dustin Datillo Ghost Face collection. And it's going to be head on, long beard on the lid, like up close and personal, staring you down.
That's what makes them a little more special and fancy because they're so limited. Like you guys don't do a lot of them.
50 individually numbered, sign out of 50. Like there's 50 of them. That's done. You get
so
one.
badass.
That's all there is. There's not going to be any more. You can get them, gone. But I think the hard deadline, if we don't sell that out, I don't see how we wouldn't sell it out.
Yeah,
will be like May 15th.
Okay.
know? So we're gonna sell what we can sell and then cut that.
Yeah.
Draw
I
the
like
package.
it. I think that's cool.
Yeah, something fun. A little enthusiasm, kind of sparkle a little interest. Some mountain off stuff in there. Some big tine seeds. Some clover for your turkeys.
Yeah.
Maybe if you haven't planted a food plot, you can get your feet wet. Or you can screw up your parents' lawn. Scott's going to have a...
It's all in clover.
Yeah. So, mouth call wise, we're still tweaking and developing, and I got to shoot the photos. We're going to have another 6-call line, I believe. It might be an expansion pack of the Dustin Datillo Ghostface.
Datillo sounds sick, actually, though.
Datillo. Sorry.
I might even be saying it wrong.
I'm going fast. You're
Okay.
saying it. You're saying it right.
Okay, you got me. I'm like second guessing my shit, but
it's because the L's and the I's and my dyslexia.
it's a lot of
kicks
shit.
in.
Yeah.
So it might be an expansion of the Dustin Datillo line that's in that package, or we're kind of playing with some different flavors, some different colors, because a lot of our stuff at the show is very black. It doesn't really pop off.
Fucker looks real.
But we're going to do what we always do, which is take what sold the best last year. We're going to revamp it a little bit, switch it up a little bit, and there's going to be some of what everybody loves and a little bit of stuff that you will love that you never knew that you could love so much.
I love that. Yeah. Yeah. That's what keeps everything fresh. I think it's fun. That's what I like. The turkey scene has a very... Jordan and I talk about this with NWTF. Turkey stuff has a very collector limited feel to it because I think the turkey industry does that. It's like
they do it a lot.
And you go to someone's place like Ross and Austin have a lot of limited NWTF stuff that you don't ever see anywhere because they've been around the NWTF game. You go there, they have like this painting. It's like, where the fuck did you get this shit? They're like, oh, I went to this and bought it here as a limited thing. That stuff is so neat, I think, and eclectic, and I love it. And I think we kind of have that flavor a little bit here. That's what I think is fun about turkey stuff. Is like the custom feel and limited run stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, I want that because it's cool now and it's really cool. But I've learned from this first NWTF that we went to how cool old shit and limited run shit is. I just ordered a bunch of vacuum seal bags to vacuum seal all shit that is relevant now, that when my son is 35, it will not be relevant. But it will be so fucking cool when he pulls it out of the fucking attic and he's like, dude, this is Dad's.
Oh my God, dude, where'd you get that, bro?
That's exactly. Awesome. Where did Dad had this vest from 2000 and whatever year?
Yeah.
It's like, that's sick.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
thinking
like,
about that stuff, like
we're constantly toying, trying to see what the market wants, And so like we have a lot of 4-reads, Aztec Warrior. Your listeners buy the crap out of them. And the craziest part is most of them, that call, you'd look at it on the shelf and be like, never seen anything like that. I don't know about it. It doesn't know about me. It's kind of looking at me funny and I'm going to go the other way. Right? So you would, but we talked about it. Guys bought it. And then most of the guys that buy it or girls that buy it, they come back, since year one, they keep coming back for that call specifically. So they bought it. They love it. Their mom loves it, and they do too. And they keep coming back.
Yeah,
because they know that that's the good stuff, and it never changes because we pay.
Do you think WCB listeners bought that call from the conversation on the last podcast?
Oh, dude,
that's what sold it.
Yeah,
it went crazy.
For sure. Yeah, it was. It's WCB Gooner, your signature Batwing, which that's just if you want a Batwing call, you run a Batwing. Or you're learning how to use a mouth call, or you're maybe, moving into intermediate range where you're switching air to sides to get different, keys and stuff. That's the call that you want. And we were only going to offer it in a standard frame, but then as soon as the video went up, there's like 5-6 guys on there. You guys are going to have small frame, kids frame, youth frame, Yeah. And I'm like, all right. I don't know if you called me or not. I just started seeing it and I was like, yep. So I made the selector bar on the website. You can go on there. You can pick either what we call a micro frame or the standard frame. So the standard frame is if you just walked into a sporting goods store, you looked at the wall, you average out the norm call that you're looking at. That's a standard frame call. A micro is the one a lot of guys call them youth frames, kids frames, but I would say, honestly, what would you say? I think that we sell probably 1-3, 1-5 ratio of micro, what we call micro, because we don't want to be, stepping on anybody's toes.
Right.
We don't want the left to be yelling about us in Washington.
Yeah.
Micro.
Because they would.
They would. They'd call us right out on that.
Yeah, we can't kill turkeys too, just like you.
The micro frames are really popular. A lot of adult guys use those. I can run them just the same as a standard frame.
More comfortable.
A lot of guys can only run one versus the other. It kind of depends on, how your palate is in your mouth.
Yeah.
If you have something you like and you want to add something in that sounds different, it's in a total different sound range, that's a good call if you can use them. Pop that in there. You sound like a different hen right off the bat. Different sound texture. Everything totally changes it up. Sometimes they'll gobble harder to that. But when you start switching between 2 different regular calls or a big call and a little call, standard micro, you start switching back and forth, dude, it just drives them nuts. Can't stand it. Because all of a sudden now, not only are you changing how you're calling, but you're changing that whole sound texture. So it adds, especially you get
multiple bitches.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
With all due respect, bitches.
Yeah. You got the whole Peloton down there.
Peloton, yeah.
Yeah, curves just let out. They're just
Jenny Craig
block
just got
party.
out.
Yeah, white party going down.
Yeah, right.
Right up next to the Smokey Baby. So, yeah, basically that. And then we're also coming out with, we have our prophylactic series, which is our Preacher Prophet. Okay, those are like the vanilla and chocolate ice cream. Just hard ice cream, half gallon, Prairie Farms, Perry's, Hershey's, however you want it, we got it.
Yeah.
Vanilla and chocolate. The Preacher's a 3-reed prophylactic, so like you're all pro, whatever. It's our take and spin on the 1990s classic vanilla ice cream. That's your Preacher. V3 for V-cut 3-reed, G3 for goalpost side slit 3-reed, or classic no cuts. It's basic.
Yeah.
Then Prophet takes it up a notch, and it takes it in. You go from 3 to 4 reeds. So you enter into that realm. You're in the 4-reed realm where
you're getting the vanilla, the chocolate, and the strawberry in one bucket.
And I help guys understand, or girls at the show all the time. They're like, "Well, what's that?" And that takes more air, doesn't it? I go, "No. So you have your normal volume range is here for a 3-reed. Okay, you can be, in this volume range. You just add a little more tongue pressure and a little more air, and you expand your volume range, because you can top out a 3 reed and bottom it out. But when you start adding more air and more pressure or less, you can expand that 4 reed range. So enter the Penetrator series, which is a 5 reed for extra penetration. Get all the way out there, way up in there, make it juicy. You're going to have way more volume range, and adding those extra reeds also adds into your season-long durability, everyday versatility.
Okay.
So it's going to be an all prophylactic 5 reed, staggered in steps just like they normally are, but you're going to be same stretch. Everything's the same. It's all the same. It's going to run the same, but more air, less air. It's going to continue to expand that vocal range. So if you got to step on it, windy, flatlands, no trees, heavy foliage, we got you.
You can get in there.
Yeah. You put it in there, and it's like, guys, they want a box call, something loud, locate, crow call. You hit step on that, and it'll get out there, and it'll touch them.
A late season ripper. Through that foliage, just like he says, just rip through that foliage and freaking suck that gobble right out of them down there in that oak
Reach
ridge.
out there and poke it.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay. What is the most, like with a mouth call, how many reeds would be like the most reeds you can get out of a call? Like what's available right now in the market?
3.
And this is a 5 you're talking about.
5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, because I don't know that. Like I don't pay that close attention.
Open your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them are 2.5 reed. They're not even a 3 reed. So it's a 3 reed. It's not even.
What's like the standard?
The standard is a 3 reed. It's a modern diaphragm. I don't know. Would you say that, or would you say 2 reed? I don't know.
I'd
2
say
reed to me is not even in a conversation.
I'd say a 3 reed is these days. That's standard.
So when you throw out 5 reed, what do other turkey call companies like? What's the perception, or do you even feel it?
I don't even look at them.
Do you even hear any response from them at all?
No.
I love it. Okay,
they're not my friends.
Conversation over.
I mean, we've said this before. A huge part of starting Cartel was because the 4 reeds were in production for a long time through the years, and then they just seemed to go away.
Oh, okay.
And I started making 4 reeds on that hand press. You know, like we were telling you, a hammer and a nail on a little hand press.
Yeah.
So we were making those 4 reeds because nobody was making them anymore. And now we went to that next step with the penetrator that just smashes. We put that 5 reed in there, and I can run them just the same as a 3 reed, but they got way more volume to go out of there and suck that gobble out of them at 700 yards.
And you can use them at like having never used one before or being super advanced. You can still use that call.
Yeah.
It's strawberry ice cream.
Yeah.
You know, it might not be your everyday flavor, but in a pinch, you're gonna or in the right situation, you know, palate cleanser, you know, you need something to just kind of clear the air. Bang. Got you.
It's there.
Yeah. Something different. I mean, guys are always looking for the magic bullet. It works. It works. I mean, if you can use a mouth call, it's going to work just like the rest of them.
Yeah.
You're going to have to get the hang of it a little bit, and you're good to go. Other mouth call companies, what they do is they sell out. They're owned by somebody else. There's somebody counting the beans at the end of the day, and they say, whoa. We got all these over here. They're not selling all of them over there. They're not selling. At the end of the year, they go bad. We're not making them to order, but we're keeping low back stock. So we're keeping a small on-hand supply and raw materials in their native state, you know, in a temperature controlled, climate controlled environment, so they stay as fresh as long as possible.
Yeah.
And we're changing them out rapidly. So we source really good material, and then we assemble it on a delayed demand, and we know what's going to sell the most. So we know we've been doing it long enough now where we know what's going to sell and what's going to sell slower, and we know how to fit guys that are coming in looking for certain needs. We can get them, you know, what they want, but we're always trying to expand the category. Those other companies are saying, "Whoa, we got too many SKUs, boys. We got to cut it back." So they start cutting it back, and they start going all Taco Bell. You know, they have one little limited box you get for $5 that coming from the home distribution center, which is somebody else making all their stuff. And then they're carrying less overhead because they got 3, 5, 10 products. And there's really no selection. You go from this brand to this brand to this brand to this brand. And unless you can go on their social media and see the guy that owns the company running the press, making the cuts, or like we do a lot of times, we'll go TikTok live. Usually on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday afternoon, night time frame, sometimes Thursday nights, weeknights, you know, kids got basketball, whatever. But most of our customers work all day. They come home from work, they're chilling, they eat a little dinner, and then we got our state-of-the-art call facility that we just totally renovated, ready to go for this year. We got it all set up to streaming. We've been kind of doing it the last couple of years, but we're going to be a lot more consistent this year. We've got a lot more guys like Garrett, Dan, Taylor. We got Dave Blaine. We got all these guys in the shop working every day, so we have the freedom to stream. You put the order in. I have to get the TikTok shop set up again, but you put the order in and we'll make the call right there live for you.
That's
so
sick.
You know that call is fresh for you. Any little modifications, they're for you. And it's like an on-demand style of, you know, it's not super fast, but, you know, we chew through them pretty quick. The bigger orders, you know, and we throw a little something special in there.
I don't think it matters how quick it's done. They're ordering from you. They're not ordering from the big giant company.
Right.
That's like what's cool about it. It's like,
there's somebody there that you're interacting with, and they're making it right there for you on demand. You know, we like to add that little personal twist.
Dude, I think about like if Cartel existed when I was 20, like 19, getting into like the scene and like interest in like adult interest in hunting, from kid interest to adult interest in that frame, 17 to 21 probably. Dude, I would have fucking melted over the branding, because this branding is fresh to the hunting scene. Like,
it's so sick.
You don't see that stuff. Yeah, and that's coming from Jordan, who's fresh out of the gate. Jordan's 21 still. Like, we got to not get too old on Jordan. We got to check in. It's like, are we getting old? What do we got to do different?
No, we
and
can't
you'd be
sleep
surprised on how many
sleep on
people sit there in that TikTok live shop and just order to watch us make it. Like, they love that. They absolutely die for that.
It's like Subway a little bit.
Yeah, and they can we talk about turkey hunting, and you know, guys asking questions about different states and different places. You know, like we're on there, not all the time. There's not like a set schedule, but we try to be on there as much as we can. And if you can go on there, I believe the TikTok guys would know. If you follow, you should get
TikTok guys.
You should get push notifications on your smartphone to let you know when we go live. Or you can turn them on, silence them, turn them off. I mean, I don't know.
TikTok guys don't know, actually.
They don't know.
Well, you guys are our Jamie right now.
Yeah.
Nope, they don't
Well, they're
know.
masters of the algorithm. They're always putting stuff out where we're trying to, like, you know, I'm trying to make good content and put it out there, make it look all pretty, make sure the audio's nice. You hear all the gobbling and yelping and fly down stuff. But we got to have, you know, we're still small. And so as much as we want to speed up and everything just be instant, it's still a process that we're working through it every day, you know. Some guy screws up a hat order over in China, and we don't have hats for a month, and guys are like, yo, where's the hat? It's like, man, you know, that
is a challenge. People do hold you to Amazon standards.
Yes.
When you're not Amazon.
Yeah.
It's like, guys,
ask me how I know.
I get it. We get it. We understand it. But like, the thing is, I feel like people don't understand when they order from us merch, it comes from here. Like, one, we had to get we don't make the hat, but we get the hats done up and do it, and then it ships out of here. So, like, when you know we're in the middle of trade show season and we're gone for a month, and you're like,
there's gonna be a little buffer in there.
There's gonna be a little buffer, but we're honest about it. It's like, where's my fucking hat? It's like, dude, I'm sorry. We've been at consumer shows. You're gonna get your hat.
Yeah.
Like, we're trying to hustle all the angles we fucking can right now. Like, if we're not
you
there,
you can only do so much. I try personally to call them if they put their number in on the, you know, your Shopify checkout, whatever you're using. I try to call them and say, hey, you know, I understand it's late. I threw some stuff, you know, I'll throw an extra sticker, maybe a call I got laying around that, you know, whatever, some little special
Blonde.
sauce in there to try to keep it.
Just personalize it, appreciation.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Thank you for your patience.
Yeah,
You know,
for sure. I do
because we
I do
are
the same thing.
we're a really small business from what it looks like on the outside. We love it, but you know, we're still, each one of these, one of us is touching.
Yeah.
Like we're touching every single item. The mouth call, it's like 7-8 processes. Every single one goes through, hand cut. You know, it's a there's no way around it. It's just, that's
what it is.
Yeah, that's the business that we're in. We try to be we are, I believe, to be as fast and as efficient as we possibly can, although we're always trying to do stuff better. But we can still only meet so much of a demand so fast.
Yeah.
And we also understand that when people are buying our product, they're also buying into the brand, into the culture. And so the other things that we do, the video, photos, all that stuff, posting, guys that send us pictures, kids, women, whatever, that have success, we post that stuff. You know, we try to do a little bit of that, but it's all, you know, there's only so much of us. There's only so many hours in the day, man. We try, and we're trying to grow at a speed where we expand and we, you know, we correlate with that. So we keep up, but we don't get too big too fast because we want to do it the right way.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, totally.
Here's something else, Kurt. So Breen was just 1,000% on point of talking about the new products and everything like that. But when we get into the next step, which is the videography of Breen running that camera, and I think everybody in this room will think it's sweet, especially when it comes out, is we dabble into showing you what pistol turkey hunting is like. So
shout out Thompson Center.
So when I was
what's going on here?
When I was at Turkey Palooza with you guys,
Yep.
I sat down and I shot the shit with Greg Ritz.
Yeah.
I'm like, Greg, I got my grandfather's old 410 pistol, Thompson Center Contender. It's badass, vent rib. It's ready to rip. Patterned it. Patterned sweet. Breen chased me around with a camera. You'll see what happens.
Yeah.
When it comes out. But that's something that's like, to me, it's a little in between like that bow and shotgun kind of thing.
Yeah,
It's like,
it is.
like that little niche critique.
Yeah.
And
I think that's fun.
Dude, that's
It
something else.
It is a smooth criminal. Normally, me and my hunter, especially Trent, his you know, his leg span, his step, it's just a little shorter than mine. I got more equipment. I can keep up, you know. So I'm like, I'm a little weighted down. He's got a big gun, a decoy, whatever. You know, we're like evenly matched, right? And then he strips it all down. He's got a decoy and he's got a freaking blicky, and he's just like, let's go, dude, let's run. I'm like, ah. I got this big camera, you know, I'm running around.
Blicky.
Yeah, and he's just like, crawls out there, sticks decoy in, boop, 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 gobble, here he comes. Ow.
That's fun. When's that going to launch?
We don't have an exact date. In the next couple weeks here. I was editing in the car on the way here, you know, but that's another thing, the editing process. You know, we're not trying to be super high, you know, cinema movie stuff, but still have, you know, a little bit of what is it in you know, a little bit of production quality.
Yeah, it's respectful. It's fun to watch. I get it. I get
How
what you're saying.
freaking sweet it is, man, to not have a shotgun in your hand.
That's pretty sick.
You're just walking around in the woods with a 410 break action pistol right there in your holster on
It's
your
got to be
chest.
weird, right?
It's got to feel
Dude,
so good.
It's sick.
You feel like you forgot something. I
Yeah.
feel like I forgot something, and I'm not even hunting.
I'm like, fuck, you know, like I'm reaching around. I'm like, oh yeah, I got my pistol. You know, it's right there. I'm good. I got a gun.
That's fun.
So that enters a whole new realm of mobile hunting and different product selection and stuff. So hopefully we can get on the horn with him, you know, when he settles down and try to come up with some, you know, stuff maybe designed right for the turkey hunter.
Cartel turkey love.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
100%.
I got a cool call. I feel like I should give her a shout out. Rachel Bushak, she's like my big sister from PA. She won a 410 shotgun in like a raffle or an auction or something, whatever, or a banquet, whatever. And my daughter turned 6 in May, and my son turns 4 in July. And she was in, I don't know, I was on the phone with them. Her and Andy, her and her husband call and check in. They're close with my kids and stuff. Like, Aluma, we got a surprise for you coming in. Well, she called me today. She's like, I was going to wait, but I can't wait any longer. I want a 410, and I'm not going to fucking use it. It's been sitting here for a year. It still has the stickers on it, and I want to gift it to Aluma and Clyde because I think you're going to get more use out of it chasing turkeys with the kids and get them introduced to hunting than I ever will because all my nieces and nephews are shooting 20 gauges now. And I'm like, by next spring, I think Aluma's little for her age. I think next spring she'll be ready to do it. So shout out to Rachel. She's bringing me a 410 Mossberg 500 for my kids. And that's turkey hunting is how I'm going to introduce my daughter and my son to hunting because of the interaction. And we have our own farm and there's turkeys on my personal farm.
Right.
And that's going to be like that special introduction. It'll be all cartel calls. And I'm going to put a cartel call on that gun. And that'll be that cherished like guy or family heirloom because of Rachel and Andy for my family, and Cartel will be partnered up on that.
That's awesome, man. And I'll give it to you. You're definitely thinking ahead, like the whole vacuum pack and all that. That's cool as shit, man. Cool. Like if I was a kid and like I got some of Grandpa's shit brand new, never used from like 20 years ago, I would have freaking loved it, dude. I would have been like,
I would have lost my mind.
Cool, dude.
Yeah, because the vintage booth at NWTF got me thinking so much about that. Like, dude, I had a garbage bag just sitting in the back of a closet, and I'm like going through my whole fucking house right now. And I pull it out, and I got an old Pope and Young polo button up that's all embroidered, Pope and Young on the front and the back, an old Muzzy Broadheads polo, like old school pro staff shit, embroidered here, Muzzy Bad to the Bone Club on the back, like. I washed that shit and set it all out all nice, and I ordered, I don't know how many orders of vacuum seal pack things, and I'm going to put them up and put them in totes and store them away because I just pictured Clyde or Aluma digging that shit out after I'm dead in 15 years. I'm kidding, maybe. And then they're like, fuck, look at all Dad's badass cool shit. You know, like,
awesome.
How sick is that?
My dad was a pimp.
Yeah, or maybe, like, how many cool old Realtree Hardwoods crew necks I have?
Oh,
that, like, it's kind of cool now, but you know how cool it's going to be in 30 years? Like, how we look at that pattern you're wearing on that suit coat? Like, that's so sick. That became uncool for a while to all those guys for a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Then it came back.
For a
Now
little
it's
bit,
back.
they're like, this old jacket. And then he put it away, and then you dug it out, and you're like, this badass jacket. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but that's how I'm thinking about it.
You gotta get Eric in on this one. It's like his kids would open up his stuff and be like, "Oh, this is cool shit, man," and be like, "My dad was a badass. He hunted with a freaking 10 gauge,
that
man.
10
We
gauge
can't
is
even
gonna
buy
be
that.
funny.
And we can't even buy a 10 gauge anymore, man. This is sick,
The
dude. Where do
fucking
I get
bazooka.
shells for it?
Can you buy 10 gauges now?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They still make them?
Yeah.
No, new ones?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I didn't
For
know.
sure.
You could just make a note for your kid to call my kid, and I got a 10 gauge reloader, so we could keep it going.
Just keep them going when they quit making them.
Yeah.
When they're outlaws.
Call this kid.
Trent, just write his number on the stock so he knows how to find him.
Trent's long gone, but call Jackson. Jackson will have the shit.
White book this kid. Look him up.
Yeah.
If Google still exists, try that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like you're saying, Kurt, with them opening up the package of all the old vintage stuff, look at us when we were looking at the vintage booth at NWTF. I mean,
I was like kids at a candy store.
Oh,
man.
yeah. We walk over there, we're like, wow, we've seen this on a grandfather before, but it's way cooler now. You know, I love that booth personally, but you can't find that stuff.
It's it's the hottest booth of that show.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Shit, we stop by there every morning to see what new shit they put out.
You guys
I
got
bought a
some cool
windbreaker with the dude. The dude's name was Terrell on the front of it, and I bought it for $60. It's a $15 jacket tops.
Retro camo.
You
But
got
the whole
to bring that to every show.
White
At
Tails
least it
Unlimited
didn't
on
say
the back.
Leroy.
Yeah.
Dude, now Terrell's going to be calling you to be like, dude, I want that shit back. Somebody
want it
stole
back.
that from me. in the
Terrell's
gym
probably
locker room."
dead.
I haven't seen that since '84. Where'd that go?
84.
Here's the thing. That jacket's sick. It actually has a legitimate big buck on the back. You know Terrell was a black guy. What kind of deer? You know he's a black guy. What kind of
Terry?
What kind of
Terrence?
What kind of buck?
Mont?
No, Terrell. Come on. I want to know what kind of deer Terrell killed to get a fucking embroidered windbreaker jacket with his name embroidered.
In '84, because that fucker
dude
was
had to have been a
expensive.
legend.
Probably a 112-inch buck with a drop tine, dude.
He was a local hero when he
was a
killed him.
local-
All I'm saying
legend.
is that jacket was special to Terrell, probably in the southern states. guessing.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that right offhand, but there's it's not really up by
My
us,
name
but
is
there's-
Curtis. I'm the only white dude named Curtis that I'm aware of. I can talk about black names.
There is a bunch. There is a huge. I don't think about it a lot
That's
because
true.
we're not
Name another
exposed
white
to it
dude
where we
named
are, but
Curtis
there's
with a
huge
C.
Black culture.
Do you know one?
Yeah, I actually know two from back home.
With a C?
With a C. Swear to God.
I had to meet them. I bet you they're kind of black.
Guys like Sean Grant and
I plead the
R.I.P.
fifth.
Bub Jackson. Like them guys are.
Tony, you know
geez.
any white dudes named Curtis? Plenty? No, I've never met another white dude named Curtis with a C.
It's like a white name from the word get-go, man.
No, Curtis is a black dude name for sure.
Man, I don't know. I feel like it's pretty white also.
No, dude, I'm the only white dude I've ever met. I've met a lot of black Curtises. Curtis Jackson's the most famous
What
one.
about isn't 50 Cent Curtis?
Yeah, it's Curtis Jackson.
I know a white
Curtis
Kurt,
Lowe?
I don't know if his full name's Curtis.
It's always
Curtis Lowe, that's what I think of.
White dudes are always Kurt, K-U-R-T.
Yes.
They're not Curtis, C-U-R-T-I-S. I'm Curtis.
I've never met anyone named Kurt with a K.
Curtis.
Yeah,
No.
neither have I, really.
No, Kurt.
I've met Kurt with a K, but I know a few Curtises. with a C.
White dude Kurt is Kurt, K-U-R-T.
Yeah.
Black Kurt is Curtis, C-U-R-T-I-S. I'm named Black Kurt, and I'm fine with it. It's fine. I'm telling you, my name is Curtis. I've thought about it a lot, and I've met a lot of. If there's a Curtis around, I get introduced to him.
You might be overthinking it, dog.
No, I don't think about it that much, but it just got brought up.
I mean,
Type in on Facebook
The Terrell
Curtis and
thing.
see how many people.
I think we should give a shout out to the Asians and Native Americans and other ethnicities.
If there's an Asian
too,
named Curtis,
so-
I want to meet him because he's my homie.
We know there's a Native American named
I'm
Frank.
not being racist. I mean factual. It's just what it is, man.
Gators bitches better be using Jimmy's.
This is the first Curtis that pops up on Facebook.
That guy's pretty much black.
You should find Curtis and have him sign your.
Yeah, they're one
No,
of these guys.
I want a copy of O Block with Jordan.
You want to talk about me being racist? This is racist.
That's not racist. I'm embracing the culture.
Yeah,
You're identifying.
That's King Von's homie right there.
Yeah.
That dude with the side satchel. That dude's name's Curtis. I bet you.
No, that's Trayvon.
That'd be a perfect name for a new turkey call. O Block.
Yeah,
The O Block
for
would be
real.
a good name.
I want a copy of that picture signed. I gotta
right.
have one.
Yeah, print
You
one
can
out.
have that one. That's the original.
You should make a. Dude, the Curtis Jackson call would be sick because he got shot.
Yeah. We could do. I mean, I don't know. You'd have a lot of them if you went through all the ones that got shot. You have Dolph.
Yeah, like half of them.
Yeah. Or just passed away. You know, you get Mac Miller in there. I mean, 21 Savage, he got shot.
Yeah.
There's not many of them that are left unwounded.
Yeah, you gotta do. You gotta do them. You gotta do the dead ones because that's what you're trying to do with the calls. You're trying to kill things.
Yeah.
I
Which is kind of
definitely
a
agree with
fucked up
Young
twist.
Avenge their death.
Yeah, the
rightfully.
Dolph, the young Dolph would be a seller.
R.I.P. the Flipper.
Yeah, young Dolph is a great. Let me name them all off here. Where do I say?
Oh
I'm just
my
kidding. I'm
God.
not doing that.
I'd like to
We'd
solve
be
the
here all
puzzle.
night.
That could be racist somehow.
Oh boy.
But I'll stick with it. Curtis, C-U-R-T-I-S, is a black dude's name, and that's my name. And I hope it is I gotta have somehow to be cool.
All the
Embrace
Curtises
that
are
shit,
white,
man.
brother.
You know what?
Look at
I think I would know my own name. Yeah, you can't look up white rally. And,
we look up Curtis and they're all white guys.
yeah, but that's wrong. That's Facebook.
This guy just caught a largemouth.
Wait, I got
Got a large mouth.
I gotta hit that guy up. That looks like a sick spot.
So where
Curtis's post. It just says Curtis's post on the top. It's the guy with the bass.
do you want to get dropped in the Twilight Zone right now? Because I'm about to do it.
Yes.
So where the idea for the On the Block, On the Bluff videos came from was a movie that I don't know if Trent's seen it, but we used to watch it at his house. Me and a buddy of mine, shout out to Steve Johns. And it's called, it's called Snow on the Bluff. I don't know if I pulled it up for you last year.
I don't remember it.
It's on Netflix. It might not be. You might have to get like Amazon. You can Google it, IMDb it, and you'll find it. It's called Snow on the Bluff. Okay, 18 and older only. Please, kids, check with your parents.
Okay, yeah, they're not
It's
listening
very.
anyway.
It's very suggestive. However, if you, it will all make sense. But the main character, his name's Curtis Snow.
Is he black or white?
Black.
Whoa, there it is.
100% black.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, and it's Robin, Steele, and Kellen. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly what I do, but I'm white.
They film it all on their little. They rob up some city folk, come down to pick up some gas, and they take their video camera, and then they're running around, and they got one dude that's filming all the hood activities, like everything you can imagine that goes on down there.
Just Curtis actions,
man.
Yeah, Curtis.
Sounds awesome.
I say George looking this up as soon as he gets home.
Listen,
there's so many great quotes from that movie though that apply to everyday life that not in any environment. It's a good watch.
Yeah, I'll put it in the pocket.
It's an absolute documentary of how the other half lives.
Love it. Embracing the culture of Curtis.
Cultural. Yeah.
Sorry to go on a side tangent at my name. That's just what I grew up on.
Mm-hmm.
I know. Just basically Curtis Jackson and Curtis Lowe are the only two real examples I have. I exaggerate. You caught me, all right? I got exposed. I had no way to back it up. But
do you want to hear? All right. So there's more products.
Yeah, please.
More products.
Please.
Back off the tangent.
Thank
back
you.
on the products.
Thank you, Mr.
More
Brown.
micro frames. There's a huge expanded collection. We have the Call Girl collection. That's it's pink latex. Some of it. It's got the little Playboy bunny cut. That's specifically designed for girls, women, guys can use them too. Depends on what you're into. But we're trying to tailor somewhat to that demographic because it is there and it is rising. They're small frames. I guess if somebody wanted them in standard frame, we can make them for them in standard frame. But they're like 3 reeds and 4. There's 6 calls, 3 reeds, or no, 2.5 reed, 2 3 reeds, 3 4 reeds. All different cuts, and they all rip. You'll find something you like in there. And then there's some of our other main headers. You'll see the asterisks on the website on the products that are offered in small frame, and that is going to expand too. So you'll see the asterisks, and then you just hit the drop-down bar, and you can go standard frame, micro frame. That's the differences in them. So just because I see a ton of micro frame orders coming in, the more educated that the consumer is, the more positive their interaction with the product's going to be. So if somebody, if you want a standard frame, get standard frame. We have them in stock, or we make them more as we need them.
Right.
Yep. And this year we're taking a step off out into the open, and we're in some retail stores. We were in a couple last year. We're in
it's a big deal.
Yeah. And it's growing fast. So
good.
Uncle Lee's in Kentucky, the Blind in Mississippi, Outdoor Insiders in Pennsylvania, all small niche stores, and then there's a couple more coming. Maybe Game Masters.
Ooh, okay.
We're working on Game Masters. That's the heartbeat of the Midwest.
Yeah,
lots of good guys down there.
We
Great store.
We got a little conversation rolling with Game Masters.
Yeah,
it's a fun time.
It's a nice little store.
Adventure.
I've never been in it. I heard it's fucking badass.
Oh man, it's beautiful. It's got everything that you need, nothing that you don't, and a little extra. And it's got variety, and they got good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
we need to make a trip down there.
They handle all the grizzly stuff.
Metropolis of Quincy, Illinois.
Yeah,
Illinois.
Quincy's the hub. That's a popular deer spot.
Yeah, whether you're in Missouri, Illinois, probably a hike from Iowa, but it's right there. It's in the crux.
Yeah. It's exciting, dude.
Yeah.
Those are big deals.
We're moving and grooving. And you can check. So if you look for these packages, if you're watching, you can look for these packages at your retail store. If you own a retail store, small, bow shop, not small, couldn't be big, gun shop, outdoor store, you name it, fishing store, whatever your specialty is, we offer small, large quantities of stuff put in your shop, and we have them really, what the stores are getting they're getting our top 8 sellers, and those are the calls that we sell the most of, that are the most versatile, that's got a sample of everything that we do good. On the back, you'll see that they have the date of production, so you know that they're fresh, just like when you go and get your Kodiak long cut.
You're right.
Your Grizzly Wintergreen.
Kodiak mint long cut.
Skull straight, whatever, checking the date.
Yeah.
If you're not checking the date on your chewing tobacco, you're doing it wrong.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me ask you this.
That's what causes cancer.
Right, the expired shit.
Yes.
Yeah, don't try to return it in Ohio because they argue with you about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
That happened today.
Yeah, today.
So I want to ask, I think I might have talked to you about this on the first episode, or brought it up in some way. Now that you're getting into the retail side and Cartel's growing a little bit, what's the perception on the branding from regular people is not a good way to describe it, but you know what I'm saying? Like normal business owners, normal people in the scene, more traditional people is probably the way to.
They throw everybody else out and put us in.
That's really the perception of it. They like it
pretty much.
It's They see it as refreshing, I'm assuming, because that's how I view it. I just didn't know, because for some people it's out of the norm, and sometimes out of the norm is hard for regular people to accept. Does that make sense? Kind of, you get what I'm saying?
It does.
You start the conversation with the business owner like this, or the purchaser, whoever's in charge of the hunting department. You say, maybe you know somebody that knows them, one of our pro staffers. You get a lead, somebody, a fan. We say, look, we send them some calls. We send them a sample. They use them. If you don't like them, don't buy them. Pretty simple.
Yeah.
They run them. They go, this is the best thing I ever used. I want them. So we send them down there, and then the guy, it's the same thing that I sent them. I didn't do anything different. I didn't cheapen it up. It's the same call and the same package that I just sent you to use, that you like, that you take out turkey hunting. You're like, yep, this is it. This is the sauce, right? So the guy running the store owns the store, rightfully so. He's got to believe in what he's selling. Right? I mean, some guy doesn't shoot Matthews and sell only Hoyts. He's going to, shoot a Hoyt if he sells Hoyt. He's on that train. He's going to give you what he's using to be successful. When you ask him, he's going to tell you.
Yeah.
So we send him a little sample. The guy's working in there, the store staff, a little sample. They use it. They like it. If they don't use it, throw it out.
Yeah.
All we do is reach out and say, hey, if you like it, let's work something out to get it in the store. And we're not going to give you more than you can sell that year. We know, you kind of have an idea of what your store does, and we have an idea of, what we really want to max. We want you to sell out.
Yeah.
But we offer a little incentive to the retailer, and then the folks, the customers, can get it a little cheaper than get it on the online store. They can't get the whole selection. That's just not possible.
Yeah.
But they can get the call. They don't have to pay shipping, and they can support their local retailer.
Right. Yeah. Right.
And that's what keeps the hunting culture alive, right? The small mom and pop, medium-sized mom and pop store, not saying that Shields, Bass Pro, that those places aren't important, because they're important as well.
Yeah.
But when you have an issue in small town America and you're out there away from home hunting and you need something, that small business owner that's there is your last line of defense to help you with whatever that is.
Yeah.
You lost a charging hammer for your shotgun, got ripped out by some briars, or you ran out of ammo and you can find something that'll work. Like, that's the guy that you can call his store. He's going to come in on a Sunday and help you out.
For sure, yeah.
So keeping that alive is, we're not going to keep them alive on turkey calls alone, but our goal is to make it fair for everybody and give you something that you believe in, that you use, that's fresh, that's made by somebody that truly cares about your longevity and the customer satisfaction.
I like that that mindset is growing and expanding, I feel like, for the mom and pop shop and the dealers and stuff, which I think with the growth of brands like you guys and doing that and supporting it, it's all going to like collectively add in, kind of like what you're saying. And like, we just had F6 Outdoors from Montrose, Iowa bow shop. Fuck, we got to get you guys in there.
Mm-hmm.
They're just doing such a good job as a local dealer for Hoyt and then a bunch of bow brands. And like, now we're working with AAE and Evolution. They're like, we got to get on that. Like, if that's what you guys are promoting, we're close enough. We're going to get in there. But they're just a badass shop. We need to get Cartel and F6 Outdoors. Like,
for sure.
That'd be a major one for you guys, I think.
Yeah, archery shops, I mean, they know a lot of them, but we worked out of one for the wood paneling in there where I was doing that video. That was a side shop, little taxidermy studio that we converted off of a main archery shop. Mm-hmm. And we experimented with our whole lineup in there. So it's not like we're not just saying, yep, these are good, you'll sell these, boom, here you go. No, we had a display in there. We messed with where they were racked up, what calls people bought. Like, we watched it. He was over there every day watching, like, okay, this guy, middle-aged, older guy came in, shot his bow for a tournament, whatever. You know, we probably knew him, but he didn't know the brand. And we just watched him shop it, and he picked up this and he picked up that. And then once after couple seasons of that, you start to refine down.
He's just in there lurking on customers.
Yeah, I was sneaking and creeping. Usually, I was going in there completely unmarked, like I was a customer.
You're in the camping section.
I was just lurking around, like I do at the NWTF show. I try to like take this cartel hoodie off and just lurk around like I'm just Joe Blow looking for a
You're
call.
secret shopping,
and I just see who's buying.
Yeah, they're buying Cubans at NWTF.
Dude, it's really a science.
Every other cubby on the board is a blink camera just tracking eye movement.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're dialing it.
It is a science when somebody walks in to buy a call at a booth.
Yeah.
It really is. They look at like their eye line, looking straight out. That's the first place they're going to look.
Yeah.
And then they go down.
And then they go down. The calls that are up above, those are just like specialty stuff. Everything from the eye line down is the main sell.
Yeah. I feel
and
like
it's not what we're trying to sell you. It's what's
the most popular.
Without doing that, just cold online sales, people looking at a picture, picking the call, or us interacting with them through chat or phone call. This is what you normally run. This is what you would like. Those, and just cold sales traffic that comes on the website and buys calls and then comes back. That's the key. Is it's not like if 100 people bought this call but nobody bought it again, then we're going to get rid of it.
Yeah,
but if but Papa Smurf, this ghost cut right here, guys come in. You've seen them. You've seen a couple of them at the show. They come right in. They take the whole rack.
Yeah.
Got any more? Like,
dude, I watched people roll into that booth, through everybody, and like they just knew what they were in there for.
Yeah, man.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
Saquon Barkley style, just come going for it. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
Yeah.
Mind you, I sold all the cherry bombs again this year.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
I watched people grab, I don't know, 5-6 calls at a time. I'm like, God damn, it's like,
yeah, and it's it's trying to price it so that we don't want to gouge nobody. We want you to get value, get a selection, and feel like you got your money's worth.
Yeah.
We want you to have a quality experience. And that only comes through time of watching and analyzing what the customer does and listening to feedback. You know, guys will come in day one of the show. You might have seen him there. This gentleman, I forget his name. He comes in, he buys, I gave him a raspberry, which is a combo cut. He's like, I like combo cuts. Gave it to him. Went back to the Airbnb with his wife or significant other. He was back there the next morning. He's the first guy in the booth. He's like, hey, I got something to show you. And I thought he was going to like let me hear a sound file, which I appreciate. He's like, no, look. Because I'm like leaning in to hear because it's loud in there. And he's like, look, he's got 8 longbeards in the yard of his Airbnb and they're all just hammering. He's calling it, bow, bow, hitting it every time. He's like, that works. Give me 5 more. I'm like, that's the kind of stuff you want. Somebody that you want to help them get what they wanted.
Yeah.
Something they're already going to buy, but you're going to offer it to them in a more premium product that's going to last them longer and they're going to get more value out of.
It's awesome.
Same thing with the retailers, I don't care if the retailer wants to carry 12 calls, right? More, let's go.
Yeah. See, that's cool. Like, because a lot of places require you to order like all, like the whole shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, some people might not be able to afford an end cap, a full end cap, or a full half aisle, whatever, And
we don't really want to give you one because we don't want you to be left over with a bunch, Like we're not to that point yet. We're not a major player. It's a small selection, but I think what they appreciate the most is the fact that we're not the only brand, but we're out there directly as the brand, also actively building the brand. We're not relying on paying marketing sponsorship to this guy, that guy, the other. Even though we do some of that, we're also out there actively building our brand ourselves with our own content, with our own media. We're out there, Trent and I, Garrett, all the guys that are in the shop. That culture in the shop is alive. There's not a guy, even Dave Blaine, my girlfriend's father, who retired. He's in there every day. I took him out 2 years ago. He killed his first turkey at, I think he was 70 years old. I can officially say that every guy or girl that's in that shop's a turkey hunter.
He's hooked.
And they've shot him.
He loves it.
And he loves it more than he's telling Garrett what to do. And Garrett's been here 5-6 years. He's telling
Literally. He's
been
there
in here
first
a
thing in the
month telling
morning, and
Garrett
he's
what
one
to
of the
do.
last ones to leave. And he loves it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And he's there every day. He's there every day, and if I'm there at this time, the next day he's there earlier. It's almost like, come on, you know,
competition.
Like, I'm trying to sleep, you know, but you can't stay ahead of him. You know, he picks it up. He
All day long, smile on his face, no matter what he's doing. Whether he's cutting latex, punching the calls, it doesn't matter. Smile on his face, and he's ready to go.
That's awesome.
Whatever you want me to do, I'll do it.
Yeah,
just out after it, dude.
Oh yeah, he just loves it. He loves hanging out with all of us. He loves doing the work. He loves the turkey hunting aspect of it. I mean, he's hooked.
How fortunate are all of us? Think about this. Austin talks about this every now and again. We've all found something that we're all passionate about that we can do until we die.
Mm-hmm.
True that.
Because you think about it, if you're into say your passion's wrestling, how long can you wrestle?
Sports related injuries.
It's tough. How long, if you're into basketball, you can play basketball for a long time.
Yeah.
How can you do it? Can you do it for till you die, where it's fun?
No.
If you're into hockey, can you play hockey until you're so old that you keel over? Maybe, but probably not.
I mean, I don't know. Look at Alexander Ovechkin. That guy's got a hammer on him.
Okay, there's
He's got a one-timer like they've never seen before.
Right. But like with hunting, you can, in some aspect or another, however you can get it, you can do it until you die.
Yep.
Whatever it is, I don't know. But you can do it almost until you just can't fucking do it anymore.
Yeah.
How fortunate are all of us to find this passion that comes with the brotherhood, which I think keeps you doing it longer and probably keeps you alive longer, because so many people just don't have this outside their job. That's why people retire and fucking die.
Yeah.
You see guys retire and they're dead in 6 months.
Yeah, they stop moving.
They quit moving. They don't have the fellowship. They're around their bitch fucking wife if she's not already dead.
Yep.
That's a joke.
No, it's
Laugh.
100%
So I don't see my
true.
dick. Thanks, Tony, in the background.
Sucking up their inheritance.
You know what I'm saying, though?
Fucked oxygen
tube. Yeah.
It's 100% true.
We're losing Tony. Save him. I'm just kidding. But it's like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like,
it's true.
100%. Yeah,
I
took Dave down to Long Island and put him in a layout boat this fall. Almost killed him. He'd never shot an old school. I said, "Let's go." You know, he's got all day, all week. We went down there. We hunted with our buddy Glenn. You met Glenn at the show.
Yeah,
buddy from Long Island. He's crazy.
Yeah, that dude's cool.
We went out there on the salt water. He shot an old school. He's got, he's 70 years old. I feel genuinely bad because I watched my father as a child. He worked all the time, and I'm like, man, this dude, does he ever have fun? Like, I like having fun.
Yeah.
I'm going to figure out how to do what I think is cool and interesting for a job, like that's the American dream.
Totally.
I'm going to put everything that I got into it, even if I got to work late, get up early, not sleep, drink too much Mountain Ops Ignite. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to be the best at it because I like to do that,
Yeah.
And you meet all these people. Dave, he's worked his whole, he's got this beautiful painting of these old squaw long-tailed ducks, formerly known as old squaw, in his living room. So it's been there since I met his daughter. And he's like, I've never shot one of them. I'm like, come on, man, let's go. Like, they're one of the most numerous, abundant ducks. He went down there, he got one, enthralled, loved it, but had to wait till he was 70 to do it, And it's like, we are so fortunate, and I'll forever always be thankful, no matter how pissed, mad, annoyed, sleep deprived, cold, hot, tired, thirsty that I ever get, that we do this, because you never meet the people that change your life or take you the places that you will go when you truly do what you love to do.
Mm-hmm. Totally. Agreed.
Amen.
It's a beautiful thing. Mm-hmm. And you take that in for a minute, because there's a lot of things that can get you there, but I don't know the camaraderie and fellowship anywhere outside of hunting that hunting provides that. Like, I don't know what else. Maybe your fucking tennis club does it, but I don't think in the same way that hunting does it.
You ain't gonna have the same fun we're having.
No, I just
Hell no.
and it's a biased opinion. Everyone listens going to have the same opinion to a point, right? Because we're in our niche. But it's like, I don't know. Maybe if you're really into skiing, it might take you to the Alps, the Swiss Alps, or some shit. I don't fucking know.
Or the Olympics.
You can't do it until you're dead.
No.
Like, I can gimp around and go somewhere exotic in Europe when I'm old.
Table tennis, though, questionable.
Yeah, right. Right. There's probably some sick ass people in table tennis.
Hey, I never used to travel around and hunt until I started hunting with these two.
It takes getting in the pocket of people that do it, but it seems like, I remember being younger, talking to guys that traveled to hunt. It seemed like such a task. Like, you went out of state.
You're a gypsy.
What's it like to go to Colorado?
You stink.
Yeah, like what?
You slept in the back of your truck.
But it seemed impossible. Like, you kind of envied it in a way that's like, whoa, he's risky. But then you do it once, you're like, oh, fuck, we could do this. It's like, let's just go, you know? The first thing that led me into it was, I think, Colorado DIY elk and then South Dakota public land antelope pronghorn hunting.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm like, oh, it's not that hard. You just drive somewhere. As long as you have the tag, you can figure it out.
Yeah.
It's fun.
You got to go out there and get it. And you will never learn everything that you could possibly learn in your little ecosystem that you're in, that you're used to, without, it's like business, right? The best businessmen take risks. Somewhat calculated, but they take risks. Not everything, every move that you make it doesn't always pan out, but you have to take risks.
Yeah.
You have to go out there and you have to fail. If you're not failing, you're not learning anything.
Yeah,
you're just confirming what you already knew.
Right.
So same thing. If you fail, that's how you learn.
Yeah.
100%.
I can say that we probably, our turkey hunting experience between the two of us and what we learned from other people is like hovering around here. And then we started traveling around hunting different stuff, places we never been before. And it starts going like that. You see stuff, you're like, dude, I never, what? You thought you saw it all, and then you're like, whoa.
Right.
Yeah. And then you meet this guy, and this guy introduces you to that guy, and the next guy, and you meet all these people that still call you, even if some of them don't even hunt anymore.
Yeah.
In our short, 10-year life, shout out Clay Herzog, Prone Outfitters. You run some pig hunts. One of our very best friends. We went down there every year, turkey hunted with him. He sells shellfish, which is fine.
Yeah.
He had to take a break from it. He kind of got the outfit and he's a congressman of an individual.
Yeah.
One of my best friends. But, he still calls me every year. I still call him. He's just, you're friends.
Yeah.
You're not just hunting. He went turkey hunting with us a couple times.
He won a couple times.
Shot some pigs with him. He could care less about turkey hunting. Pig hunter. That's like a coon hunter in Texas. It's like a different. They're the same, but they're different.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
And nothing against it, but you just don't meet friends like that.
Yeah, right.
You help him out. He helps you out. You guys, you have just going there for friends, and you got access to all this land. But you wouldn't have. We never would have met him if we didn't just drive all the way to Texas. 24 hours?
I feel like I have a biased perspective because all I do is hunt. That's all I'm into, and all my friends are hunters, and I have very few friends that are not hunters. So I'm like, do I have this?
They're the
biased,
others.
The others, but do I have this biased view of society that like we create deeper fellowships, or is it just the culture of hunting that creates deeper fellowship? I think it's a culture of hunting.
I agree with that.
But
I agree.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
There's a difference between the friends where you just go out drinking or go to concerts or whatever. Then there's the friends that you go and develop the big memories of going on hunt with.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
That's why I think it's a whole different aspect.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. It's more family than it is just friendship in a way. Like, kind of creates this underlying like Lego connection. We all kind of overlap and snap our pieces together in a way. I don't know. That sounds gay.
You have more in common with them friends that you're going hunting with than the friends that you're going to the bar with. You know what I mean? Like, I got a couple really close buddies, and we go to concerts, we go out drinking and get dinner together, all that stuff, whatever.
Yeah, your buddy at the bar is going to leave you at jail. Your hunting buddy is going to come pick you up.
Yeah. And then I got these two where we travel all over, and we make the bigger memories of hunting together and succeeding together, not just throwing back a few
Yeah.
drinks. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah, I know it's hard to explain. Everyone that's listening is going to be in the niche and they're going to get it. But it's like, explain that to someone who's not a part of it. They're going to be like,
They won't understand it.
what, over turkeys? You're trying to tell me over turkeys? You're
Over
like,
a dinosaur?
Yeah, it's like, well, you don't fucking get it.
Yeah, there's just feral rats.
But that's
get rid of them.
That's how they get beat up, and that just furthermore backs up our fucking point. It's like, yeah, you can't get in this family.
Yeah.
You non-hunting bitch.
This is the cartel. This is the cartel.
it's the cartel.
You can't get in.
Yeah, you guys are a turkey terrorist organization now, according to Trump.
Really?
Which is a beautiful thing. I think you should run with that.
Yeah.
Turkey cult.
There's going to be tariffs on everything.
Yeah.
From now on.
I mean, you guys
coming from Mexico is going to be tariffed. We'll have to put our little seal on there that we paid the tariff, the 15%.
25.
Yeah.
It's funny you bring
Is it
him
25
up,
or
'cause
15 in Mexico?
We came up with an idea for a new shirt.
Canada's pissed. Yes.
Pissed. They're going to be the 51st state, though.
Hell yeah.
52nd after Greenland.
Yeah, they don't have those cards. Neither does Zelensky.
Yeah, fuck Zelensky.
Yeah,
dude.
we're gonna
Can we talk
party
about
in
that, dude?
Gaza.
Don't tell us what we're gonna feel, you fucking bitch. You gay bitch. Fuck you. Fuck Ukraine, dude. Fuck Russia too, dude. We're America. We're taking over this shit. That's all right. That's the attitude we should all have.
Hell yeah, brother.
Sorry, I went on.
Let's go.
I don't know if
I love it. I love it. Keep going.
I don't know. Zelensky he should have got punched in the. Trump should have hit him in the throat, telling us what we're gonna feel. You got
Notice
this
how he
beautiful ocean.
totally flipped it inside out. He's like, everybody out. And then everybody here, we're going out there and we're taking it. Greenland, mine.
I love
Gaza,
it.
mine. Ukraine, mine. Canada, mine.
I love it.
Mine.
I want a bully as a president, dude.
The Panama Canal and the Gulf of America, mine. Drill it. Frack
Did you see
it.
he was flying over the Gulf of America when he signed the paper?
Love it. So
It was great, dude.
Yeah.
It's so
it was
gangster.
great. His
But
pilot
imagine-
comes over. Oh, we are now crossing over the Gulf of America, and he's just sitting there. Yep.
Signing
But
it.
imagine an anti-hunting podcast sitting where you're sitting telling us what our podcast is about to feel.
Right.
I'd be like, yeah, you're gonna not get the fuck out of this building. That's what you're gonna feel.
Yeah.
That's, you know what I'm saying? Like, how is all the fucking libs like Trump's an asshole? It's like he just threatened us in the Oval Office. We should have cut that dude's fucking head off right there, just like we're the cartel.
Dude,
Maybe I'm a little harsh in thinking that, but don't tell us what we're gonna fucking feel. Fuck you. My kids are American, dude. Fuck you. I kick your Ukrainian ass.
Yeah, if you want to feel
up.
like
Out of
if you
the
want to feel like you're a cat, then I want to feel like that's fucked up.
Yeah.
You're entitled. I'm entitled. Go shit in your box.
Yeah. You're asking me
Scoop it.
for money and you're telling me what I'm gonna feel. You know what you're gonna fucking feel? Russia.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, fuck him, dude.
you're gonna feel the squeeze.
Yeah, that dude's a faggot. You ever seen his fucking movie?
I'll be honest with you, I haven't, because I don't follow none of that.
I learned
shit,
about
man.
this. That Zelensky was he's like a gay actor that was on a sitcom that played the president, which put it all in the Ukrainian civilization's head, and then he fucking became the president.
From playing a president on TV.
The dude is like an actor.
So there's red flag number one.
Yeah. Did you know that?
What?
He was on TV shows, Zelensky. He was an actor, like comedian,
he was a
singer
comedian.
guy.
Yeah.
And he was on a sitcom in Ukraine, and in the sitcom, he was elected president. And then he actually became elected president. Like, there's footage of Putin watching him be an actor, like, live, laughing at him. And then he actually becomes president. No wonder fucking Russia invaded, dude.
Oh, shit.
You know, it's like, I probably would have too if I was Putin. I'm talking out my ass right now, and I love it. I don't care who it offends.
Dude,
But,
to me, like, all of it's fine. Like, I really don't care, right? Doesn't
Same.
impact the turkey harvest in New York State one day.
not at all. It does not at all.
But what happens when one of these North Koreans sets off a freaking mortar and it hits Chernobyl?
Right.
Like, did we forget that that's over there just leaking radiation? Just seeping. It's just seeping.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
the thing is, where I'm at is like, I love that, like, because it all does affect business somewhere in the long run. Maybe, maybe not. But just don't come to our shit and tell us what we're going to fucking feel.
Yeah, don't fuck with my turkey hunting or my deer hunting.
Yeah.
We won't have a problem.
You know, if a war breaks out on U.S. soil, turkey hunting's going to take the wayside because all of us cocksuckers with turkey loads and TSS are going to be shooting Ukrainians from 80 yards with TSS.
Dude.
Hit Russian.
I got 100 yards. What's up?
Go anywhere,
or
but not to
Russians.
Eric.
I don't know where it'll play out, but
Eric, he's got a little bit more distance. Hit him with the 10.
maybe Canadians at this fucking point.
I think I
don't
can
know.
hit Canada from here with that fucking 10 gauge.
Dude, we
My favorite's your friends in Ontario have always been here for you through thick and thin. They provide energy and milk. They play those commercials nonstop up by us. It's like a PSA like, hey, we're still your buddies.
don't hurt us.
No.
Yeah, they don't have pistols in fucking Canada.
No. No, they don't even have long guns.
either.
Hardly. It's a pain to get them.
Yeah.
If you're a resident, I feel bad for them.
I'm sorry, Canada. We love our Canadian listeners, but if shit hits the fans, you guys are fucked.
We gotta have a fucking license to have a semi-automatic rifle in New York.
You got to get background
we might
check
now
for
in
ammo.
Illinois, but I ain't fucking.
Like if you
looking.
have, if
You got to get your FIM card or whatever.
yeah,
Foy, they're trying to do away with it.
Yeah. Fun fact: we do ship to Canada.
For now.
But yeah, until the tariff sets it.
Yeah.
Well, no, they'll probably pay the Canadians to buy it.
Maybe.
It's like no, the tariff's not going out. Well, unless what is his name there? The prime minister says no more American
Trudeau?
stuff. Yeah, Trudeau.
Yeah, he's gay.
Dude.
Fuck him. He's a pussy. Watch him fold his cards the next month.
I love listening to how you feel, man. Just tell us how it is.
That's how it is, brother.
Double down.
I might be way wrong. That's fine.
Fucking fire Kurt up.
We'll see what happens. I mean,
They're probably going to cut down the sheep tags. They're going to be
Faggot.
like,
Trudeau's a
you know
faggot.
what? And you can't
So is
come here. You
Zelensky.
can't come here and shoot sheep anymore. You got to shoot them in the Rocky.
I couldn't afford one anyway.
I know. Big loss.
You know, hey, I'm
Like that's the only thing they could possibly keep from us. Like what else do we need? Wheat? I mean, that's like they grow wheat, peas,
Canola
barley,
oil.
lentils.
We can grow that in the
We
West.
grow them here.
We grow
that here.
99% of the shit here in the U.S.
I don't know. The pipeline's got to go through British Columbia from Alaska though. Like I get that, but they can just float that, just tanker it, ships.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Just burn some on the way here. Some on
Nothing to redirect. Do you redirect a pipeline? Nothing.
What happens if we just cut off military aid to Canada?
Ooh.
They're
Who's going to invade Canada? Who wants it?
Russia?
I mean, if we got it, we could go
China?
duck hunting up there is pretty sick. They got turkeys now.
I would love
They
to
got
have Canadians a part of the U.S. Canadians are great people.
Yeah, they'd be cool
Trudeau's
with
a
it.
faggot, but everybody else is pretty cool, I think.
I'm pretty sure they'd be cool with it. Don't give us your SARS.
See what you did,
but
Zach? You got me saying faggot. I had to prove a point.
double down, Kurt. Triple down.
Nah, Trent, you back me up here. Talk some shit about fucking dogs again.
Easy on which dog you talking
We
about.
could go
bitch.
back and forth on talking shit about shit, man. Whatever
Nah.
you want.
I always have a sarcastic undertone, right? Like I don't actually believe everything I'm saying. I just say it like out of
Because it's funny.
entertainment. Yeah, right. It's just funny.
That's funny.
That's one thing. If I'm gonna get taken out of context, it's like how serious I am or not. But I'll tell you, anytime I get actually worked up, there's just a heavy sarcastic layer of like I'm saying shit I don't 100% believe in for the entertainment value out of it.
That's the best part about it, though.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I kind of believe what I'm saying, but I'm not gonna like argue with someone over it because I was like I don't really believe it that much. I'm fucking joking.
But if it does happen, we're going to the Edmonton Bow Zone and we're wiping it out. We're going to take one trip. We're going to get a school bus and we're going to get everybody. We're going to go straight to the Edmonton Bow Zone and we're going to clean house.
I've been to Edmonton and drank at their bars, and it'd be way easy to take over Canada, dude. From what I've seen, I've seen some trash. Like people want to say America's full of trash. I've seen some fucking white trash in Edmonton, dude. I watch. You know how expensive like cigarettes and booze is up in Canada because they have nationalized health care. I watch white trash chicks smoke half a cigarette, put it out, put it behind their ear, and then put their hair over their ear, and then. That I watched. That was like a regular thing.
Welcome to Canada, New York.
Dude, is that happening in New York too? Is it just a northern thing? I watched it. I'm like, that's why everybody smells disgusting up here.
Yeah, them are just darts, bud.
They're just
Darts. Just darts.
Nothing
Just having a
smells
dart.
worse than a half-smoked cigarette that gets put out and it's just stale and then just
In
walking
someone's
around.
hair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just brewing underneath
Just
that
a nice
hair, man.
full flavor, too.
I was in Edmonton.
Seneca full flavor 100.
Oh, yeah.
I was in Edmonton for 3 weeks for when I worked for John Deere, and we were supposed to go up there and harvest canola. And it just snowed sideways for
And
3
smelled
weeks
like
straight.
fish.
And smelled like fish and half cigarettes and behind white trash chicks' ears, and we never got anything done. And Deer kept us up there like, you never know, it might break, and we're going to get some canola testing done. And it never did. We prepped combines for canola for 2 days, and then we waited.
Yep. And then
I
everything
sent
got
home.
club root, and they said, go home, Curtis.
And I was like, why did you keep me up in Edmonton for that long? It was just a complete waste of time.
No.
And everyone up there was like, hey, do you guys have backwoods honeyberry at home? If you go home and come back, can you bring me like 30 packs of backwoods honeyberry? I'll pay you.
And some Crown Royal.
They can't do anything flavored in Canada.
No.
Because it's like.
Really?
No.
I don't know. I think
because the kids get hooked on it.
That's what I heard too. So I didn't know if that was true or not. But they all begged. Backwoods honeyberry. Bring backwoods honeyberry back.
I briefly wasn't allowed in Canada, so I wouldn't know.
Oh.
Same.
Dewey, huh?
Same.
Nope.
Dude, that's one of those things you can get a lot done in Canada for a roll of chew. I mean, a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good hunting. Yeah.
Yeah, we had the grain cart stuck. A different time I was in Canada. I was in Manitoba this time. Hey, do you dip? No. Oh, man, if you come back up, you bring me just a roll of chew? I'm like,
because it's probably
not coming back.
A roll of chew up there is probably fucking $100.
I know, like a case of beer. I mean, it's expensive, man. Like,
oh yeah,
you'd have to ask Grumman, because Grumman worked
stop up there at the corner store, get us a case of Kokanee.
Kokanee sucks, too.
Oh yeah, I don't drink, but if I did, it wouldn't be Kokanee.
Canadians are good. Canadian beer is pretty good. We used to go to
that is Canadian beer. It's a Pilsner.
Yeah, but Canadian is the beer. It's like their Budweiser. Canadian. They have like red and white label like Budweiser.
So what the fuck is Kokanee?
You ever been to a Boston pizza?
Kokanee? You don't know what Kokanee is?
No. Kokanee's not that bad. I was being a little harsh on it. Kokanee's like
it's a beer?
It's a light beer. It's like a Coors Light. I shouldn't say it. Somebody will...
Labatt Blue was another Canadian beer.
My favorite.
Molson.
Molson Canadians. It's Molson Canadians. It's the same brewery.
Yeah.
I believe. But you ever been to a Boston pizza? Boston pizza would be like their Buffalo Wild Wings.
Keeping people alive. It's like, it's Buffalo Wild Wings mixed with Casey's.
Sounds pretty awesome.
It fucking
literally keeps people alive.
Boston pizza fucks. Like I'd go to Boston Pizza when we were bored at night because all the engineers that I was there with Deer were all just gay and they wouldn't do anything fun. So I would like, all right, well, I got to go drink beer and keep my sanity up here in Canada. So I go to Boston Pizza and watch high school hockey games on TV because that's all they would play.
But
that's all
why is it somewhere not known for pizza? Why is it a Boston Pizza? You go 100 miles in a straight line flat, no gradient change at all. One grain riser. There's a Canadian pizza or a Boston Pizza and a Canadian Tire.
Yeah, 100%. Canadian Tire fucks. It's like
Canadian Tire has everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Canadian Tire rules. I think Huntworth is in Canadian Tire, I believe.
Yeah, it slaps. It's like a Dollar General, Tractor Supply, Walmart, and it's like
all in one.
Yeah, they put in a Space Saver bag, and it's like up and down. They have everything.
Yeah,
sounds fucking awesome.
It's kind of got a little Harbor Freight-esque vibe to it.
Yeah,
a little bit. It's dumb that we know this much about Canada, but also if Canadians are listening, which there is a handful of Canadian listeners.
Well, you got the fundamentals right there. You got the beer, you got the tobacco situation, and you got the people situation, which they're cool. They're pretty amicable.
Listen, I know they don't like Trudeau either. They can't. It'd be like us trying to talk for J.B. Pritzker, the governor of Illinois, is the fucking worst.
Yeah.
Not proud of it. We live here. We're in Illinois right now. We're in the most fucking liberal bullshit state besides California.
Hey, what
do you know where we're
come
from?
on over here.
Yeah, but New York's behind Illinois.
Careful what you wish for. You'll get Nancy.
We literally have to get a card that says semi-automatic rifle approved to buy a semi-automatic 22.
We have a Floyd card. It's kind of the same thing.
That's
why.
We don't have any of that.
You guys got to do federal background checks on ammunition?
Ooh.
On ammunition?
We do.
No, they probably do me because of my neck's tattooed, but...
No, we do.
I don't know if I have that
it doesn't matter what store you go into. Every store you go into buy ammunition. I don't care if it's 22 ammunition, 12 gauge, 30-06, 7mm run mag.
Really?
You got to fill out just like you do a gun.
Yep. Can't get it shipped. Got to go to an FFL. Got to do the background check.
Can't even have ammunition. We can't even have Gore-Tex in the state of New York.
Pay your $8. Go past go.
You can't have Gore-Tex?
We can't have pretty much anything waterproof.
Causes cancer, dog.
Yep.
I'd rather have cancer than be wet all the time.
Yeah, no shit.
In the long run.
I'd rather die of cancer than be hypothermic. I mean, when you put it like that, it's like, well, those are your options.
Well, long term, but I don't know. I think in Illinois, I don't know if they have the magazine capacity laws. I don't know if that changed or not. They do?
I don't know.
think so, just like California.
Ours is.
I don't follow them.
We can't.
I haven't bought a gun.
We can't hunt deer with anything that shoots or holds more than 6 rounds. 22s, you're allowed 7, but I don't know about
That's
anything
common.
else.
I feel like nationwide.
Yeah.
But
when you cross that that border into like what the nation would consider the Northeast, make sure you know the laws of like what you're getting into for what you're hunting.
you want to know the
how you're
furthest east I've ever been? Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Yep.
Wow.
I've never been further east or further north than that.
This is the furthest west I've ever been.
Really?
Really?
Have you ever seen saltwater?
Yeah. California,
Oh,
Mexico.
big Pacific guy.
Florida.
Mexico twice, different spots. I've never been. Yeah, I've never been to the south, like way southeast. I've been to southeast Georgia, but I've never been to. I've never stepped foot in Florida.
Really?
Yeah, never. I've never been to the Carolinas. Harrisburg is the furthest east I've ever been.
Wow.
shit.
That's not a great representation. I mean,
Harrisburg was a dump.
It's a shithole.
It was a shithole.
especially in the winter, dude. When
Yeah, I was
you're
like,
there,
Joe
you're
Rogan lived here? Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Well,
Young
and
and
the
in the
fact that
struggle.
it took us fucking 21 hours to get there.
Yeah, a snowstorm with the trail.
Yeah. And you're like, oh man, no wonder the people from here are angry every day, want to knock my teeth
Yeah,
out,
maybe
have a
when it-
shitty attitude, and they just hate life.
And that's not even the worst part of PA. Wait till you get to Philadelphia.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's,
Bad.
Yeah.
New Jersey is like, dude.
Really?
Oh, it's an armpit.
Oh, yeah. If I ever travel somewhere and that is part of the route, I will change the route. I don't care if it's another 4 hours added on. I will not go down that side of the coast. New York City, Boston.
Anybody that turkey hunts on a system where there's A days, B days, C days, and D days, or whatever kind of like letter system, Tuesday is an A day, Wednesday is a B. I don't
What's that even mean?
It's
like
like a
my high school
crossword
schedule.
puzzle and Sudoku puzzle.
Just
and
designed to get you
Jenga
caught
all
doing
together.
something you didn't mean to do.
It's like designed for you to just have a nightmare. Just sit here and pull your hair out.
Yeah, here, come buy our license and go hunt, but we're going to make it impossible for you to actually hunt.
Yeah, you can only hunt first season on A days.
You know what I do want to do? I want to go to New England and I want to eat fresh seafood.
Yeah.
That's one
State
of my
of
big
Maine,
goals.
baby. State of Maine.
That's what I
Dan
want.
would
That's
say the
Dan
same.
Drummond right there.
Lobsters.
Oh,
I
we're
want
going to go.
I want a
fresh off the boat.
lobster roll,
Gotta
dude.
go to Maine.
Fresh
go
off
to
the
Maine.
boat.
That's what I want.
Yo, we
Lobster.
go up there, we get a whole cooler full. Our buddy Larry hooks us up. And
Shout out
Ben,
Larry.
Shout out Larry.
Yeah.
Shout out TSSR, baby. You know who you are. And they go right to the boat, dude. They come in, they're still crawling. They put seaweed in there. You know that? They put seaweed in there to keep them alive, right? Keep 'em
Yeah,
fresh.
they do.
They put the seaweed in there. Even Trent, Trent's like, I'm not eating bugs. They're
Yeah.
over there boiling.
I'm good on the whole seafood.
Trent's
Really?
over there. He's got he's got the tails. He's stuffing.
These
them in the
guys
butter.
are going nuts, dude. They're just freaking
You can't hunt on
stuffing
Sundays.
these lobsters.
You can't hunt on Sundays, so you time it
Yeah.
up. You get them to go down there on Saturday because you'll eat so many you can't move the next day.
Let's
Dude,
fucking
seized up,
Let's fucking go.
locked up.
I want to go.
Let's
like concrete. Dude.
I've been to
Laid
Maine
up.
twice on 2 different bear hunts. And like he said, you can't hunt on Sundays. So we would
Wounded.
always get there Saturday evening. Sunday is just lay around, go buy your license and lay around and just hate yourself from all the lobster and shrimp and everything else.
God, don't tell me that.
Oh,
Dude,
I
it's
love
like-
it.
I'm in.
Fresh off the boat, you walk down to the dock and it's all right there, done.
Yeah, what do you want? Clams? Got them.
I want all of it. I want it all in my throat.
Yeah, just
Like our buddy Dan that you guys met at the show. They go to Maine. He'd rather go sit on the coast and eat lobster and steak
Yeah, that's
all
all
day
he
than go
talks
shoot
about. That's
turkey.
all he
Yeah,
talks
that's the only reason why he
Where's
goes
the
to Maine.
Oh, there's turkeys. Cool. Where's the lobster?
Yeah, literally.
I want to do both. I want to kill turkeys
Some big
and
old,
eat lobsters.
some big old scallops.
Shake and
Oh, I mean,
So
they
you
got-
go up for the week, you hunt all week, then Saturday you get your
You
seafood.
celebrate. You
Yeah.
celebrate for the week.
Yeah.
I'm celebrating all
Pop
week.
tops.
Fuck them turkeys.
I'm in.
Maybe this year Trent and I will get drawn for our moose tag and we'll celebrate with moose
Yeah,
steaks and
gonna keep
lobster.
trying.
I mean, you're just understand though, your gut ecology is not on the level to handle that amount of seafood consumption.
Hey.
And you be like, oh yeah, dude, and then the
Brother.
next day you're wounded,
I'm garbage. I can
wing
do it.
broke,
Hell yeah.
leg broke.
I'm a garbage human. I can do it. Trust me.
Sign me up.
I
I can eat a bowl of nails, dude. I'm fine.
Yeah.
I just had a big seafood boil the other night for dinner. That was fantastic.
I'm good. I can do it. I think I can do it. I'm willing to risk it.
The other night I had shrimp and elk steaks.
Ooh.
I'm willing to risk it.
We
It's
had
a
crabs,
wicked combo.
lobster.
That's two things that never encountered each other until the modern man walked.
No, that's not true.
That is true.
That's true. I never thought about it.
There's elk on the coast.
Oh yeah, I guess Roosevelt elk,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah,
There's elk on
different
the coast.
coasts.
But is there shrimp up there? Those are like cold water shrimp.
There's gotta
you
be
got
shrimp.
them Gulf like warm water shrimp. That's like where those are like the shrimp that the peeling eats. Them come out of the warm
See,
water.
now you're thinking too deep into it, Breen. You got to simmer down there. And
Shrimp
just,
or
just
shrimp
take it.
at a basic texture level.
You just got to get with it over there.
Shrimps.
The only thing that lives up there where them things are, those is like whales.
You ever had a whale?
No.
No.
Yeah, me either, but it sounds cool.
No.
Whale
I'd try it.
Just whale straps.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I bet you it's good as fuck. Whale steaks.
Imagine
What
like
is that?
5,000 years ago, we'd be here podcasting and be like, dude, this big narwhal come back.
Fuck his
I
ass.
speared this walrus.
I snuffed him with the
A narwhal
TSS.
looks like a made up animal. It's not.
No, it's definitely
Like
not.
if you could hunt narwhal, we'd have a fucking narwhal in here.
They're in aren't they in the Boone and Crockett rec? Isn't there a Boone and Crockett class?
Holy
for
fuck! I think you're
All
right.
right, Google. Google's
Dude,
got
there
every
is.
answer.
For their fucking horn?
them? Yeah, dude.
It's
yeah,
actually
just like
it's actually a
walrus.
tooth.
If I was gonna hold a
A
world
tooth
record
coming out of
for
their forehead?
anything, that's I would want to be in the book for walrus. Picked up Pacific walrus.
Has score charts for scoring and record walruses.
Oh no, they're gonna do us like this. Is there one in the Pope and Young? Is there one in the Pope and Young book? I know they got like they got all kinds of crazy stuff in
What's
there.
a narwhal?
It's NARWALL.
Narwhal?
Yeah, it's NA, I believe. Yeah,
Oh, like that. There you go.
Narwhal. Yep, right
Look at
there
that
with the
fucking
big
thing.
horn.
That's a tooth?
Yes, yeah, it is.
Is it a tooth or is it like
It's a tooth.
ivory?
No, it's a modified tooth, I believe.
Fuck Boone and Crockett. That ain't real.
Yeah, they suck.
Narwhal.
Record book.
Narwhal tooth. Yeah, you have to.
The narwhal tooth, also known as the tusk, is a unique and iconic feature of these Arctic whales.
Protrudes from the upper jaw, 10 feet in length. I know walruses are in there. I thought.
God, could you imagine getting speared with that fucking thing?
No shot.
Look at that.
Yeah.
That's not real.
Coming right down the gun barrel, boys.
say-
Get ready.
You say imagine being speared by that thing. Imagine how many people have been speared by that.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, it's like death by narwhal.
Yeah.
See you later. Bye, buddy. Hope you find
Like,
your dad.
oh, how'd your dad die? Oh, he got speared by a 10-foot fucking tooth.
You get killed by a creature from the movie Elf.
Bye, buddy.
Hope you find
Now
your dad.
that's a spur.
Look at that
Yeah,
thing.
spirals.
Yeah, that thing sucks. I'm not
That's
about that.
gnarly.
That would kind of look sweet as a shoulder mount, you know?
They're really smart.
The fucking thing would hit the wall on the other side.
That's fine. Duck.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Imagine full body mounted, roosted on the limb. On an iceberg.
Imagine the first Arctic people that are like, what the fuck? Look at that thing.
Yeah. They're walking across the ice. What the fuck is that?
That's I still think traveling and hunting, one of the craziest and coolest things that you can do is encounter
Wait, some of them have two? Sorry. Go down.
encountering
That one right above you.
not the trophy hunter, not
That
the
would be
guy,
a Boone and
not the
Crockett.
mountain hunter, but the wildlife collectors. A wildlife collector in the wild. Like a guy that shot all the cat species in America or all the sheep species in America, and like just listening, just being like, dude, just hit me with whatever. Yeah, like just those kinds of stories. It's a rare encounter, super, super rare thing to encounter in the wild.
Yeah.
But when you do, like the stories of some of those people, and they don't really typically usually look like the guy. They're like, oh, dude, this guy just flies around everywhere and murks stuff. Like he just does his job.
Yeah.
Those guys have like some of the craziest stories that you'd never They just
the cultural stories are the cool ones too. Like our buddy Nick Hoffman travels all over, and he's got he produces one of the most entertaining hunting shows I've ever seen because he gives you like the culture, the food, the experience.
Yeah,
like he's got some crazy shit. You talk to him, he's like, oh yeah, one time I was in wherever. It's like, what?
Yeah,
dude, the shit I seen in the cartel country of Mexico when we were filming and watching Martin not film any of it, I'm like, fucking film this, dude. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Got none of it. Like,
yeah.
Devin's trying to talk us into going back. And Devin's like, I want to do a documentary. And I'm like, we got to wait till this Trump cartel shit fucking settles down.
You know who's actually got a pretty cool museum is Jim Shockey.
Yeah.
He's got some wild shit in that museum.
But he can go do all that stuff, like all the Uncharted stuff, because again, he's Canadian. Why should he be so privileged? I'm not. I mean, it's Jim Shockey, right?
Yeah, he's an OG.
They're hammers, right? They're G's, but like that kind of stuff, like that was always when I was coming up looking at I'm like, I want to film. I got to be good because I want to do what that guy does. I want to be good, so that guy hires me to go on like one of those trips, like where they got the big whale up there and they're cutting. I'm like, that's cool.
Yeah,
that looks really cold and not fun, and I don't want to eat that, but that looks, I'll starve to film that. Like, that's cool just to see that. Like the stuff that you never see somewhere you would never be with people that you can't understand you're just there suffering.
Yeah.
You're there suffering with them. Well, they're probably not suffering. They're used to it. There's just the life.
Yeah, they're just existing.
That's like living in Harrisburg, you know? Out here in the struggle. But you get to see, like, it doesn't matter what the person is, black, white, whatever, yellow, short, tall, skinny, malnourished. You're there with them, and if you're hunting with them, you guys are all in this struggle together. You're all united. No language barrier, no anything. You're unified in a common goal to go out there and extract whatever this is minding its own business in the woods and bring it home with you.
Yeah,
and that's just cool.
Yeah,
that's cool. And like the further away from the United States of America that you go, just the crazier it gets. Like turkey hunting in Mexico. If you're a turkey hunter, the most like out of the box you can get is going to Mexico. That's why I was painting this evangelist picture of what it's like to go down there.
Yeah.
The Mayan ruins.
Yeah,
the heat, the spiders, the snakes, the jaguars, the danger. You're back
you
in the middle of
lost me to
nowhere.
snakes, dog.
Yeah. I would not have the same cell that you had to go to Mexico as I did to go hunt coos deer. My cell was way more sketchy. I was like, why'd you do that? It doesn't sound any fun. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Devin fucking brought me down there. I don't know.
Yeah, but
I was under his watch.
Yeah, but you're like, and some of it too, you're like, there's no way. And then you get there and you're like, oh yeah, this is legit. Like this is 100% real. And you're there, you get to see it firsthand.
Yeah.
And you get to have those experiences, and it shapes you and your world understanding of what's going on around you, because you sit there, Fox News can talk at you all day, but the shock factor doesn't hit until you're there and you're like, man, now I get why that is the way that is. You know, it's so hard to be out. It's so expansive. Well, it's just, you look at the map and you're like, God, dude, you just build a wall. Cool. It's like, it's so huge. There's no water. There's no anything. There's no nothing.
Yeah.
There's no towns. There's nowhere to get gas. Or everything's, you're just like a little pilgrim out there patrolling that. You got no help, no backup, no cell service. Like, you're like, oh man, it makes sense now why this is going on here versus there.
Yeah.
It's cool to see that. The wildlife loses.
It's good for you to see that shit. Like, I remember going through the 2-track in Sonora and hearing the stories from Devin and Trey going, yeah, dude, I was driving on the 2-track and all of a sudden Cartel popped out of the bush and stopped me with AKs. And the whole time we're driving in this Jeep, I'm like, this is how I fucking get in that situation. And Devin's fucking got me here. And here I am at 2 a.m. going down a 2-track in a Jeep fucking, whatever the Jeep. Gladiator, which looks like a cartel vehicle, you know, for down there. And I'm like, here it is.
Yep. And
I'm in the front seat waiting to get stopped and get shot.
Yep. Throwing gang signs out the window. Come get me.
Yeah.
I'm here.
But that didn't happen.
I think that's the cool part about hunting too, is you get to go see that stuff.
Yeah, because I wouldn't do it without it. I would never be there.
No, never. No. Oh yeah, let's go to Nogales for a freaking
why would we go to South Africa? Yeah, I'm gonna go see giraffes. Fuck that. Go see them at Niabi.
Right.
Yeah.
At the zoo.
I want to
go shot.
I want to go poke one.
Not doing that.
Yeah.
Boys, this is fun. We're running real long.
I bet.
Real late. Did we get everything done we wanted to get done?
I think so. Covered retail, new products, shows. You guys are going to go to Iowa with the...
Yeah, we've already been there by the time this launches.
Yeah.
Because that's in like 2 days now.
Yeah.
But
a day now.
So 2 runs at 25 limited. These some at the show, some online, some from this podcast will all be sold probably.
And you
So
can
50
find
custom calls total.
all of them on our online store. The working class ones that the next generation, the second limited. All of our stuff on the online store. WCB Gooner standard and micro.
Yes, a lot of options.
The Dustin DeTilio Select series, the Ghost Face.
That's gonna be
little
fun.
Signature series.
I'm excited for that. Dustin's killing it. Shout out to Dustin. You guys are on top of it, man. Very proud of you guys. Pumped to call you guys friends, and hopefully do some more hunting here in the coming years. And we'll always support you. Appreciate it a ton.
Thanks for having us, guys.
Yeah,
Killing it.
Thanks,
Keep killing
man.
it.
Thanks for coming.
Definitely. Jordan, how do you feel?
Feel good.
You think you took Doug's spot officially? How do you feel as your performance was compared to how Doug would have performed?
Yeah, I don't really want Doug's spot.
You're a little tired.
I'm gonna let him have that.
Yeah, I love how you got official. Okay, that's fair.
I don't want it.
You don't want it?
No.
You don't like us that much?
No.
Wow, I feel offended.
That was a hard pass. Did I smell her?
Yeah, what the
I
fuck,
got body
dude?
odor.
You just want to be behind the scenes a little bit?
Yep.
All right.
I decided Doug can keep his job. I won't fire him.
Okay.
He can have it.
Heard it here.
You unfired him, huh?
Yep. He's back.
All right. Okay.
He'll be back next week.
I'm kind of sad that he was like so confident in that decision. Like we fucked up somehow. Jordan doesn't approve.
No, I just like not being on camera.
Yeah, me and you both.
All right.
I'm more of the behind the camera guy, huh?
Hey, listen, just asking, brother. You don't gotta get all mad.
All the years
Yeah,
I've
why
hunted
so-
these
No,
guys, I got
you
two
asked,
shitty
I
films.
answered.
Why are you so angry?
We're good.
Appreciate the honesty.
Yep.
Cold blooded.
I'm real.
Okay.
Shout out to Wade Ayers. Hey, Wade.
Here we go.
Your cousin's sitting here, and I know you're listening all
you're
the way
always
to the
listening.
end, all the way to the credits of the Working Class Bow Hunter.
Slowly bring the credits up. You guys got anything?
Go shoot your bow.
There it is. Peace.